and welcome to welcome to Within the Ring of Fire, the fall session 6. Remember to get your copies of Within the Ring of Fire. I don't have mine, so someone got mine, but I do have his, and buy them on Drive-Thru RPG, and awesome, and stuff.
Yeah. Buy them in the physical hardback copies. I believe there are softback copies, or you can get the no-back copies and pay $70 to Your Main Man, who's just arrived, on the Facebooks. He is found at Your Main Man, and at my face or the Facebooks or wherever social networking is sold. And for a mere $70, you can have all of the Within the Ring of Fire books that have come out, which is currently 4 source books.
75.
So $75. Sorry, it went up. It went up by $5 because you will get not only the 4 RPG books, 1 novel, and anything in the future that is produced by this barbarian here, playing with his fingernails. He's just gouged out a man's eyes and he's getting the eyeball gunk out of his fingernails.
Thank you for that picture, Trevor. No. Well, a short recap on, starless night, with the moons high in the sky. The 4 catalysts were speaking outside the hut of Kuro. They had a meeting with the Forest Watch, the leader of the Forest Watch, who wanted especially arrows to hunt for him. Because there's something out in the forest. Some of them are sitting right there. But he, not knowing, wanted the hunted to become the hunter of themselves. But after that we saw a burial where everyone but the Akrova participated. Akrova has found his found asylum at the Temple of Opiate, the House of Contemplation, and met with the Girush, the seemingly non-greedy Typhon. Some days further, we are now finding ourselves in a party in the Fest Hall of Bacchus. The music are still playing. This is people. Let's see. Playing and getting overplayed by the. Let's see here. Getting overplayed by the. Oh God, it's so hot, so loud music. And the end of the night is close, but still it hasn't ended. The speaking is still louder than the one of 3 people standing there on the center, on the small stage. The turquoise and blue butterflies are fluttering in the ceiling, and the colored flames are kept at a light blue. The revelry on the ground floor is slowly trickling outside of the building, but there's still laughter down there from satyrs. The smell of spilled wine and body odor is an unseen force assaulting your senses, but the musky, pleasant fragrance of Camilla is a buffer to most of these fragrances. The mood is light, but you can see a brown-clad orc and a similarly dressed human talking to a fat lizard figure in an orange tunic sticking to its skin. Temperature is rather warm, but it is slowly dropping. And you're standing there with your company from last night. You're standing there with your company from last night, Camilla and Teloptap and his Kitsune friend, it seems, Gwym. Yeah. Kroger, are you here? Or are you not here? Because the temperature is slowly dropping as the air is beginning to be filled with like a floral, like smell. People are like walking down the stairs slowly. You feel this cold draft come over you, feeling it run down your spine slowly. You're looking to Apitax because that's where the cold is coming from. Look to him, trying to figure out, but there's no reaction. He's just looking at something Telop is speaking about, but it's all muted as you're just feeling this coldness. Now I'll have you roll a meditation body control as you feel this coldness. It's like a cold breath in your ear, and you do not feel as alone as you were with your thoughts before.
That'll be a 9 that I got on that meditation roll.
Yeah, and slowly this noise as was drowning out Telop and the others are slowly like riding this. If you can imagine white noise, and it's just getting just louder and louder, and it's just assaulting your ears. Just oppressive amount of noise. It's just fluttering, and the noise like changes and sharpening. You can hear this as these trying to figure out. You're trying to. It's like you know that it's words somehow in this white noise, this chittering, this bone crackling as you hear the familiar sound of Thraxa being spoken. We call from ruin. We call for you. Do you see? And as you're hearing this, you're unconsciously, your lips are moving, and you're just utterly just still, and then you're looking up, gaining your composure. This sonic assault is just after the words were spoken. All silence, and across the room, down the stairs by other people, you're seeing, two female walking down, an ogress and another. The other have a pumpkin-like mask, only showing her hair and her eyes. You can clearly see there's like a proximity to Eros by her beauty. These dark red pupils, dark red pupils, as you can see the pupil is in this mask, slightly open. You can see the green skin contrasting off with it. But these registration takes like a second, and then you notice something just on her, about her, just flying insects. You think, and it's just fluttering about her, and they seeming to be like eating of her exposed skin, her dress, her mask, tearing everything viciously, just grabbing at her, buzzing. She's not doing anything. She's just moving slowly, and it seems like it's taken too long. Everything is just slowed down. You see the swamp flutter around her. You're feeling like you can see that day it's centering around her head, and just like big dark blackness around her head as these are fluttering, eating, and then you see them like they're becoming lesser and lesser. You can see the last one gone into the depths of like a big hole in the pumpkin mask. You see the last one just crawling in there, and then you just see the like pumpkin mask close, and then yeah, that's what you see. And you can see Tillop again. I work with gathering spices from, and then he like looking up at you.
Being utterly lost in thought with the images that he's just witnessed, with the auditory assault upon his senses, he is just staring outwards in a bit of a daze. Everything around him sounds fuzzy and looks fuzzy, and kind of just shakes his head a bit at the whole thing, rubbing his temple. He'll look down towards him. Oh, oh yes, spices, yes. You'll have to excuse me. I'm going to rest for a bit. I feel a slight bit of tiredness overcome me. You must forgive me. And then he'll like slowly he'll nod and slowly just back away and begin to just make his way downstairs and into the and out of the building. Really, he's going to head down to the house of contemplation to clear his head.
And you can see like Tillop looking at his friend Curub, and the Curub looking at him leaving. Well, it is late. And then he looks up at you, bows on his little like pot belly, just sticking out a bit more as he like bows, and then the kitsune give like a nervous nod to all of you, and then I'll call this the day. And he walks out with the flood of people who are slowly moving out of the building with a crowbar.
Just that low grumble is heard from Apatax. As in response, I just nod and my way of saying goodbye. But for a moment, I've turned towards Kova, pausing with a few thoughts, and then I turn to Kuro and Eros and his lady friend. I say in Sindarian, yes, I am going to retire as well. I bid you all rest in your. And I look at you, Eros, and then at that other satyr woman with you. Your dreams.
Yeah, well, a nice rest. I kind of look at you like a creature here. I didn't like Origin. I look at you, yes, enjoy your rooting. Hey.
I look at Kuro.
Yes, and a good night to you too, Apatax. Rest well and enjoy your day tomorrow.
I will continue thinking about this act you put on, this play. Very, tap the side of my head, very odd.
Yes, there's much to unpack, as it were. Layers upon layers. I made sure of this. Yes.
I nod off and I turn, slowly make my way out through the crowd. I had a cup of, a little clay cup of wine. I just put it on a table. I said, just pass by.
I immediately scoop that up. It's free wine, Orcish wine, I'm sure. I smell it.
Now, did any of us feel like any sort of cold breath?
You felt that, you felt the coldness too,
Oh,
especially
okay.
you were by his side,
Alright,
and
so
your other felt like the temperature was falling as well, but that was.
I'm gonna slowly almost stalk Arkova. As the crowd sort of leaving. I'm moving through the crowd. Walking down the steps. But it's quite easy to spot the big man. So I'm just.
Yeah, he looks like he is in a daze. It's as if he has. I don't know, it's like somebody who has like allergies at the moment. His eyes look a little puffy. He's kind of squinting at certain times, and he regarded you all before he departed, but it was very looked very absent-minded, and he is now wandering through. It looks like a bit of a daze as he heads out.
But I'd like to do some like when we leave the building and like as the people are like sort of dispersing. I'd like to do some with him. But
Sure. Well, the the two of you stand up there. Camilla's looking up at you, Eros, smiling. So what's your plan now, Eros? He's like smiling, cheeks red from the Rhine, but. Oh well. She gets lost in his eyes, and we follow the others to the street. You can see people dispersing. You can see like two humans walking in front of you. They're very like, no, not in front of you, but like further off. You see one of them is like supporting most of his weight on the other guy. I can't believe they crushed Sprite's babies in there. No, that's not what they look like. They don't have wings, all of them. No. It was babies. They just lose them afterwards. Oh, Kate, you're drunk. And just leading the other guy away. And you can see like the other people dispersing, Ferrum walking to one side. You can see it is very divided where people are going, but it all seems to be going very orderly. Then you can see like two figures on the thatched roof looking down at them. Very visible. A black-haired man and a blonde-haired woman. Her with small antlers and he with a bow over his shoulder, looking down at people as they're walking. They are not looking up at them, but they know. You can see the two females walking to a cart. Not the most, well, by both of their clothing it should be finer, but it's not. They walk up and are getting, well, drove away by another one sitting there. Seder. It's just slowly dispersing into the night. And yeah, you can go. Attacks.
Arkova.
He kind of just shakes his head a bit. Yes.
Slow down for a minute. Speak in Pekingese, dude.
Ah.
And I reach up to you. And I look up at you. And like I start bringing my hand up to your face, like I'm just sort of gonna touch the side of your face. My hand just gently sort of touches it, and then I like grab like in like a some sort of I grab under your chin and I sort of pull you like this a bit and I pull you like that. And you see me looking. And then I let go.
Did you not feel that cold breeze in there, and those voices?
Many voices nearby a window. Breeze comes in many times. You perhaps perhaps let me know after your time in contemplation. If you awake the following day and you are still sick, find me. I will administer best I can. Give you some remedy for your sickness.
Oh yes, I will. I thank you. Yes, much gratitude.
Uh,
He still looks very dazed and like, he's not even like when you reached up and like did that sudden jerk. It was, uncharacteristically, it was very little reaction. Like he, somewhat helpless to a degree.
There are other sort of thoughts like, oh, he didn't drink that much, right? But I don't say anything else. I just, there's just a hand that's on the back of your tricep that just sort of helps push you, almost like reassuringly, but it's almost like, okay, go ahead, and kind of like helping you move a bit, but you obviously could walk amongst yourself. But I watch you a bit, as you, like imagine like, I'm behind you, like amongst the crowd, still making my way back to my home, but I'm just, my head now and then like keeps turning towards you.
Feeling as though eyes are upon him, he will turn off to his side once in a while and just look outwards, feel a sense of unease about him, and as he heads back to the house of contemplation.
I slowly make my way back to my home. But I should note, I do try to particularly, like, whenever I'm traveling alone at night, I don't want to get jumped. So and a lot of these people that aren't orcs, I'm kind of a little fearful. So, as I'm walking through the long dirt trails, and the farmlands, and the few sheds and houses here, I am sort of wary of people that are around me. I look at them, and I'll regard them. I'll say hi to them, or I'll nod to them. But I'm doing that more out of reassurance for myself.
And we go back to the Fest Hall of Bacchus. Most of the people are moving out of there. Kyro, you're sitting on the throne after. You can see that Quirrell just standing there with the dagger looking at you weirdly. Tiliptap has left and he just looks at you for a while before walking to the door and looking out. Euros is still standing with if you want. Camilla, her cheeks are blushed with the effects of wine. You can see people beginning sweeping the floor, moving things, getting things back to normal.
When was I requested to go on this hunt now?
You never had a when.
Oh.
But
That's why I did not know them.
no. You can see her looking up at you, so goodbye?
Well,
And she, smiling.
I'm about to invite her back, and then I think of the fact that I live with the kids.
Yeah, just looking up.
Where do you reside?
Oh, I reside with the other farmhands. I work by the wine racks, making sure the grapes are good. And I help with the tasting. She smiling up at you, still drunk
Yes,
a bit.
I bet you do. I bet you do. Well, why don't you come see me tomorrow then? Where exactly is his house?
His house is in the orc community, by the main street of the orc community, just there's the temple, like here, and then there's like the opening, and his house is like here.
So he lives like off the main thoroughfare in the Orc ghetto.
Yeah. He's not even off like on the like main street,
No,
but
his house.
only because people don't want to be there. Where people are, the better houses are away from the street, so there's less people. Cause
Get you. That's nothing of them. Yes, I am residing in the Orc. What is the word for it? Slums, I believe. With the Kitsune. He is. You're in the scene, right, Quiro?
I'm nearby, yeah.
Alright, so like and like the camera like he's tight shot on us, and then it just expands well out with him down there. With the Kitsune.
she just looks at you're Magi? She's looking up at you like, no.
Magi.
No. No.
It's very distasteful. I don't know why you would insult me, so I've been very kind to you.
Oh, no, I just heard there was only Magi there. Like looking at you like,
Oh, no.
sorry.
I have been befriended by the Kitsune, and he has invited me into his. I'm like searching like for a word that doesn't reflect how shitty his quarters are, even to like a fucking desert.
And she's like nodding and like put her hand on your chest and like
traveler. I'm like, oh god, this place is despicable. His yes. So do you make your way into the Orc areas often?
No. No.
Is there something wrong with the area? Then you were saying.
They just seem to quiet. Nothing much I can do there.
Oh yes, there's no revelry.
No, but the wine stocks are not there. I've spoken to orcs. They're nice. And looking up at you, trying to search for words, trying to read you.
It looks like I don't care about what she's saying.
I'll
If you say, yeah, they're very strange creatures. Like they smell wrong, like something you wouldn't want to. Oh, well, never mind. I'm thinking about eating. Then I look back at the free animal with me.
He just looks up at you like, yeah.
I just start kind of smelling her, thinking, I wonder what you'll taste like.
Yeah. She smells wonderful, but like the lovely musky smells like slowly like going down a bit as the alcohol like smell.
Yeah, but
It's like reaching.
she wants to taste good. I mean, if I was to eat her, but at the same time, like in my mind, it's warring. Hey, let me take her out in the woods and eat her, and then also, well, she does adore me. I like that a lot. And it slowly sort of ebbs and it wins out like being adored. I enjoy being adored more apparently than I do. I do have the desire for her flesh in an other than carnal form, or perhaps an external carnal form. So I said, yes. Why don't you come and see me? Perhaps. How do you like your job working as a grape? What is it now? You stomp the wine? Is the grapes into wine? Is that what you're doing? I wasn't quite sure what you were saying.
I make sure the plants are good. I'm like checking for the size of the grape and it tastes.
Oh, you're a farmer.
Yeah. But I only farm wine.
I see, yes. Well.
It's all about business here, and she's like looking up at you. I could probably get some grape juice for your candles. Would you like that? And she's like looking up at you. I could get the finest ones.
Yes.
Like hopeful that this will.
Yes, you could bring that around. Yes. How attractive is she?
She has like one grade of attractive. I have a picture
Okay.
of her. I will.
Okay.
Get her.
Well, I do realize to a slight degree that she's rare. She's told me that, and others have told me that before, and that I even didn't think that satyrs had females until I met her. So I think there might be a curiosity. She might have. I'm beginning to think she might have some uses for her. And I'm also beginning to think we definitely don't want to have my business in the orc area. Where would you? How long have you been in this area?
I lived here my whole life. I live here. I lived with my parents and my. I have a sister. It's like smiling. But
There are two of you. Oh, that's very, very odd. I thought you were extremely uncommon.
yeah, my mom was a Cetixus, so we are.
Oh my.
Hmm.
So there's three of you.
Well, was.
Hmm. What do you mean?
You know how. Well, no, she's gone.
Your sister or your mother?
Well, my mother, my sister's still here. I haven't
Oh,
spoken to her in a while. She's kind of gloomy type, you know. Mm.
she's gloomy. Hmm.
Mm.
Interesting. So many
Uh,
sides you. Uh,
what?
I said so many sides you satyrs have.
Ooh, you are. Oh, have. I did not know that I was like so different to your race as well. Didn't know that anything that could be close to Hansa could be so beautiful and not that dangerous. And she's looking up at you, then like looking at your sword a bit, like.
I keep my mouth shut and just smile. Like, okay, sure. Not dangerous at all. But I smile very non-Mian-Gishly. Yes, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I think I'm not dangerous. And you seem so comfortable. But I wanted to ask, my lovely, where would you say that a foreigner might want to set up a business in the one I have vaguely explained to you? For sure. Would there be a particular sort of area of the town? It would seem orcish slum, perhaps the poorest choice I could
Yeah,
choose for
maybe
such.
by the temple of elegance. There's like this big building. It's very low. It has like these like I think it's marble, but it's like there's black in it and red in it and white in it. It's all swirly.
Oh,
A lot of fancy people there. It's a
interesting.
nice building. Very.
Who,
And
who
they
might?
have like a market there with wind harps and
Oh
fruit.
my. Yes, well, who might this? Who might this temple be dedicated to?
Oh, Cinder?
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with this one. With the line of Morgul. I know.
You look like you have lost her. And she like the other temple of the other god. There's a god where they make bricks, and there's these really strange creatures there. Is it that?
Strange creatures that make bricks.
Mm,
Um, I have no idea what you're talking about. This is another temple.
yeah, it's close by.
Well, perhaps you shall take me tomorrow then. I shall see this other temple. Might be interesting. How many are there in this town or city? If you
Uh,
see it.
oh, mm, mm. I think Many, like 7, maybe. There is the temple of Morgul, and Bacchus, and Cinder, and Denmark, and the troll one. I think they have a temple. It is trolls, right? And the opium house.
An opium house. Opiates, yes.
And then she smiles at you. Yeah, you're probably right.
Mm.
Like looking over at at Kuro. Should I like looking out, the moons are like falling down.
Yes, well, perhaps you should show me these parts of your town on the morrow so that I might begin my business. And I reach over and I rub her hair and I
She's like leaning up to kiss you, but she's too small.
I lean down, I'm much taller, and I begin to kiss her, lavishing affection upon her, for I find now that I may have great use for this one, at least for a few days. So I will be glad to allow her to fall madly and deeply in love with me. Such things do please me. I'm looking for her picture here, though.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, is it not up?
No,
I was looking for in this big mass of pictures.
No, I was. Sorry. I think I got it on. Yeah, I'm trying to do it on Facebook.
Oh, okay. That might be easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, basically, over the next short period of time, I'm going to try to spend a large amount of time in the woods, because I want to find good places to get herbs and roots and nuts and anything with an interesting smell, and I'm going to be taking in all the textures of the contents, the smells of everything, anything the wind brings in, anything else and anything else, to concoct the perfect essences, the elixirs that I so desire to create to bring pleasure to the world and spread my name. So these things I'm going to spend a great amount of time as I steal residence from this lesser pseudo-fake creature, and yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing, and trying to learn the town from this Satixis, and I guess eventually I'll go on out into the woods with that other Mihangi, simply to get it more on my side, as well as find out whatever lore he might have about the woods, so that I can exploit anything that they have there for my uses.
Oh, okay, awesome. And yeah, Kuro, you're sitting there on the throne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just continuing to enjoy the evening. I've taken this wine from Apatax. He may be a dour, sour old man, but he has excellent taste in wine, and I've now finished the cup that he has left behind. And as I'm there, I see Kyugum, the fellow Kitsune, and I see that he's got a silver dagger. I mean, he's got a steel dagger on his belt. And I look down, and I'm missing mine. And so I approach him. Damn it, Kyugum! What the hell are you doing with my dagger? That's mine. You know, these people think that we're thieves and liars all, and here you go already putting your sticky fingers upon the proper chop of another man. Now hand that over right here, and I won't tell anyone. I do not wish you to besmirch the reputation of our people here when it's only you and I, and we need to expand. We need to expand our virtues, we need to be thought of as upstanding citizens here. We don't want to be thieves, liars, and tricksters and hand it over.
He just looking at you again, and like putting it into your, like taking it out like feverishly.
Taking my things. You have absolutely no sense in your damn
You
head.
gave it.
I would not give you such a thing. I won this in righteous battle, and I need it to defend myself from the ne'er-do-wells living in the woods, gonna abscond with my flesh, put me in chains of iron. Can you imagine such a fate? It's horrible. And I suggest that you find, using virtuous means, I suggest that you find a weapon of your own, because there are eyes peeping out there in the forest, and they want you, my friend. They've been capturing Fae. They've been taking them away. We've lost satyrs out there. You may not have noticed, and I can understand if you do not, but the satyrs have been lost out there. They tried to take Arkova. They tried to take Eros. They did not take me. They left Apatax alone, as you can understand. It's not Fae. But beware yourself. I would hate for the entire Kitsune population to be cut in half at your loss. That would bring me great sorrow, that you have acted immaturely and wantonly and incorrectly.
You. What did you say about that? Chains of iron?
Yes.
Then why would they kill them?
I do not know. There are strange creatures out there. The Steel Man they were. They've come here for some reason, but that reason appears to be absconding with Fae, taking them away. I suppose it's slavery. I don't know if they eat them. They may capture Fae, torture him for days, learn the weaknesses of this place, learn how they can invade. They are things of war. I've seen it. I've seen their cruel ways, but I've seen them brought down by ones far crueler. Yes, the ones that howl in Niflheim. I've seen those arrows and spears pierce these steel men, bring them down. There are some here, some that howl. They'll protect us. They cannot do it all. We need to learn, protect each other, protect ourselves, and I put my hands upon his shoulders. We need to know how to defend ourselves. Never be caught unawares, Q. Never be caught unawares.
No. He's just looking at you strangely and trying to get his shoulders like off. You have a lot to say, Q. Why is this? Why, though I value your wisdom, I do. But why spill it all out?
I spill it out. You understand? For you, Q, not the Kitsune, our people. How many have you seen in your travels? So desperately few, so dangerously few. I know the answer. To keep knowledge and wisdom from you would be a cruelty, would be malice. I'm not a malicious sort. No, I'm not petty. I'm not cruel. But we live in a petty and cruel world. We need to know where the threats come from. I can tell you right now, it's from every side, above and below. Watch yourself, Q. And watch out for me. I'll watch your back. You watch mine. We'll come out of this together. We'll come out of this safe. That's what Kitsune do. They call me Kuro the Liar, an epithet that I've earned. But I wear it proudly. When I tell you I'm Kuro the Liar, I'm telling you the truth. And if I tell you I'm a liar straight off, now you can trust everything I say. Now can't you?
And he like looking at you. Just like, yeah. You know what else is called the liar? I do not think the liar is. No,
Hmm?
And he's like looking around to, like Eros standing, speaking with Camilla. You know, the one which ended our days, ended our, like looking around, our God. He, well, he who made us, he who crafted us with the body sheet, put himself in us, not like a Jira. I've heard that he does not look anything like a Mihangi. No, he's something much different. But no, he would not put himself in making the Mihangi. No, not like our God. He put himself in us, made us in our image, his image. And we have lost him, and that's why we have to watch each other's backs here. You or Quelix will have it. We are his last blood on this earth. He's like looking around, quietly speaking. Did you know this,
Yes.
Kiro? You know this.
Yes, I can feel it. The blood. You see, his blood runs in our veins, our creator. I suppose in that way, he's not truly lost. Not as long as the Kitsune still walk this land. The blood calls, and the blood obeys.
Smiling. Well, thank you. And he like takes your hand, like shaking it.
Yes.
Thank you. And will you roll a perception? Sorry. Well, she's like embracing you lovingly. Just roll here. Oh, well, you can see him like he has his one like embracing her, and you can see his hand on your dagger again, like smiling.
During the embrace, then I look down and I look in his eyes, and it's just unspoken. We're like, seriously, again, like again, and I put my hand upon his cheek, like, now remember what I said before. I'd hate to have the population of Kitsune cut in half in one single night. Huh? Watch yourself, and I'll watch your back. Remember me. Remember me. I'm watching your back. And I put my my fingers down his cheek, and remember I've got those copper like hawkbill tips, and just leave just a single razor thin line that slowly and slightly begins to weep blood. So I give him a little something to remember me by.
He like smiles, blinks at you, and then like puts his hand up. No blade in it. Well, you like looking over at as Camilla's walking out the door. I'll see you later. And he like walks to the door, takes his quarterstaff, and walks out.
A foolish one, but he'll learn. He'll learn soon. He'll learn one day. I have hope for him. I have hope for him. And then I continue to mill about at the party, the winding down it may be.
Well, and as this is not like winding down, the voices are soon quieted by the silence and the sweeping of the floor of like a human female is silently sweeping, just like covering. Her hair's covered, and her expression is not tired or dire or anything. It's very calm for the first House of Bacchus and the revelry. She's just cleaning up as you two are standing there. Kuro and Eros, the last two left to walk out in like the twilight is hitting the streets, and you can see like a single Pharaoh child sitting, his hat is put in front of him. There's a silver coin in it, and his eyes just moving to you as you walk by. It's not making any obscene gestures, just these baking eyes looking up at you. But yeah, you feel like when you turn your face from this beardless Pharaoh, this child, his lips are smiling and not frowning anymore. But we go to Akroma, reaching the House of Contemplation. You can, there's still like a wall of smoke, just feeling this, feeling. And when you open the door, the smoke just blows up in your face.
It kind of serves as a bit of like a bit of a wake-up call, but also relaxes him as he walks in. You know, there's that gray star that's over the top, and unreally knowing of its true meaning. He just walks in, and that wall of smoke hits him, and it kind of brings him out of it, but also relaxes him, as the House of Contemplation is designed for such things. He walks in, there's people meditating and stuff, and
you can see like there's unusually there's no Dukutzit about. Most are like satyrs just falling into sleep. You can see them having like marked wine bottles from the swing under their arms as they're like sleeping as their pets. And
that makes them considerably more relaxed. Not saying word Dukutzit in there.
Yeah, but you can walk through the it's like a strange building. It's like it has like a lot of what were they, corridors. It doesn't seem to need to be that many corridors as you're like walking down trying to find a room. There's fear of snoring or people spilling wine as they're rolling about in their sleep. And you can, as you're like walking past, you see like a room where there's like, it's filled with these, you could sit all sitting, meditating, all in the same position, just sitting there silently.
Yeah, he sees that and he kind of tenses up immediately. But the words that he had heard earlier on in that party, those haunting words, those voices that seem to drown out all the others, seemingly directed at him for reasons he not knows, and that feeling is more powerful than this one at the very moment. Feeling dazed, with his senses being essentially barraged, as his auditory, has been barraged from what had happened to him, that experience, and then like the wall of smoke now from Opiate's Temple, aka the House of Contemplation. He walks in, and he's got this mixture of emotions kind of twirling inside of his own mind at the moment, and that pot being stirred, some things don't really fit very well, and he finds his mind struggling to find some sense of ease, but he feels fatigued at the same time. So he'll walk past, settling down in a nice quiet area in the corner, his back sliding up against the wall as he faces down. He'll set his stuff beside him, his mandolin in front of him, and sort of just hangs his head down and tries to sleep. Tries to.
And you do find sleep, but it still is just it's uneasy, and you can't seem to like. You know the feeling when you're half sleeping because your feet is so cold that you can't seem to like find rest, but you're too tired to have enough like energy in your body to do something about it. That feeling lingers in you. That it's not necessarily your toes. It could be. It's mostly like your arms and shoulders, but that feeling of this, yeah, coldness and drain of energy. Well, and Apitax, what do you do this morning as you wake up in your room? This is the. I do not remember the day after with the butterflies.
It was the 54th.
Yeah.
54th. And it's nothing of concern to me. But every morning, many mornings, I wake up. That's still on that rock slab. I break up. And I sit up. And I make my way off very slowly, very methodically. I check over all my little tools, spread out. I gently just brush my long-fingered, orcish hand over them. As I pass by and I reach for a robe, which is sort of drying, or a dirty robe. I have another robe that I'll be cleaning. I just slowly start wrapping it. And as I wrap down, it's like this whole routine. I sit down on my knees before my obsidian necklace, which I put onto the slab in front of me, and I reach over with my long apish arm. I take a book, and I start reading a large leather tome, and there's like a little chapter marker, this little piece of cloth. Looks like it was just torn off a shirt, and I just took it and used as a bookmark. And I open the page and I read down, and like reading passages from a holy book of sorts. I repeat it and I gently sort of say it out loud, some of the verses, and thrax it to myself before my obsidian mirror. Just very quietly. And then they said, when the children stepped into the forest, fire is our gift to you. And the trees came and they opened and saw the truth. In my wisdom, they forgot their hubris and fell, those children, oh so young and cruel. Saying these sort of excerpts. But that's what I'm doing in the morning.
Well, after some time in your studies, your study is connected to the orc. Well, the collective study of your coven, and you can hear like knocking, slow knocking on the door, very like silent. You would guess from a small hand.
I get up, as is my duty as a student, a assistant, a student, and a servant. As I fill many of these roles, as our staff here in the church is quite low. I get up, I turn, and I sort of pass under the veil, and I make my way up to the door. In which case, I open it slightly.
You can see Ore or two looking up at you. This Hippen, supposed necromancer, looking up at you.
Your business?
It was actually your business. You wanted an Upsilon?
And then I open the door up and I close it behind me as I step in front of him. And then I like.
Oh well, you would know, but that's a female.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna speak to him beyond the door. So I open it. I step into the sort of hallway with him, and I close the door behind me. And I go down on my knee a bit, and I look at it. I have no copper pieces for you.
Oh. When will you get this?
I have heard from the festival the other night. An exchange of goods through trade, skill. I think I have a skill in mind, which I practice every day here in Flame Dance.
Yes?
You have many creatures, many beasts in your stable. Who takes care of them? Who administers to them? Your child? When it is broken free, who will make sure it does not fall sick?
Yeah. Is there is sickness? No. Like looking up at you, like no. Is there sickness?
No sickness. But life must grow here. The soil is good. Your family will grow. There will be more. But sickness, I've seen it with the Claymen, the satyr bastards. Sometimes they are sick, and they die. This I do not want. Medicines, recovery, and health. This is my profession. A barber, surgeon, a doctor. I say that word in Pogonese to it. Yes.
It seems like it don't understand, just looking up at you like.
I keep talking Thraxa to it. I assume it's speaking Thraxa.
Oh yeah, it's speaking. It's very old, very good Thraxa.
If I can get copper pieces for this, I will ask around. Yes, I sort of look up down the hallway a bit, and I look back down at it.
Well, I don't know why you can get one. I find a contact. It's not human. That's what you wanted, right?
I have specialty in human, in satyr, in orc, like almost like, of course, and that is my specialty. But I have wide range of anatomical knowledge. Ogre is perhaps strange. You do not speak of ogre, do you?
No, I was talking about the one who was going to sell you the card.
Oh. What is it?
What?
What is it? The one that has the card.
No, it's not human. It's Hippen.
And I nod.
From Ish Stier.
Far.
No.
Oh. This is what I will do. Tell me if you will do this as well. You will give me the Optilang. I will not give you the copper pieces, not yet. But what I will do is I will watch over your baby when it hatches. I will assist you.
It is
Call upon
hatched.
me. Huh?
It's like it's
My
looking
little baby,
like there's no like egg on her back. It's like pointing.
Oh, I see. Call upon me for medicinal aid, trouble with the plumage, eyes if they become like they lose color, mucus fall from beak. Come to me.
Hmm.
This is how I will pay you back for this, and I'll do the same for the other. Yes. Is this agreeable? And I like lean down a bit on it.
Uh, how about you pay me back slowly? Then you can take care of my child. And it's like looking at you, trying to read your face. As it like squeaks out these.
Pull back a bit. Yes.
I do not have enough yet, but I can ask.
No,
Optioning is expensive.
Yes,
Very.
I will ask around. I will see the orc matrons, see if they need aid and care for children. Perhaps go further into Flame Dance. I will get you the copper for the Optilang. This is what I'll do for this chain.
And looking up with like her orange eyes, she's like nodding and then slowly, like quickly but still slowly walking out up of the stairs. Like quickly but slow. If that
Then I
makes sense.
say, my offer still stands. If you need aid, troubles with you, your herd, husband, or child, come find me here. I'll do what I can to grow.
He
No
looks over.
sickness.
I will call upon you at some point if something goes wrong.
And I will have those pieces of copper for you. Yes, I will.
Good. And she rattles up the stairs slowly.
And I watch it, and I slowly turn back.
You can see that Master Laru is not in the community and not in your study yet.
So I'll look around. You know, I return back to my little chamber where I sleep, and I have all my tools and whatnot. And then, as I enter, I pass under the veil, and I enter, and I see that obsidian necklace, that piece of obsidian, that leather thong attached to it, and just a little bit of excitement, something that I rarely feel, sort of sparks under my skin a bit. Soon, then I go over, take the necklace, put it on my thick neck, stuff it under my nice robes, and I start getting some other tools, and make my way outside to do as I said I was going to do.
Well, we go to the two of you, Eros and Kuro, as you are like waking up. Or well, not waking up. Entering out of the dream. The dream is always quieter here in Flame Dance. Always tempered with a blink of an eye and you open them again. Oh, you really close them again if you open your eyes when you go to trance. But we find you here. It's morning. People are running around. You can see a hippin walking outside your door, rattling a bit. Orcs are moving by. You can hear like orc and Nagali children like playing with each other. You can hear like and other sounds. The orcs don't make much sounds, but yeah. So yeah, quite peaceful. Yeah.
So I look out, you know, I see green little orc kids rolling around with orangish Nergali kids clawing at each other. It's funny. You know, so despite my squalid surroundings on the outskirts of town where all the vile and nasty witchomancers live, but still this is my domain. You know, I own this land, I own this house, and I look out with pride, and I begin preparing a morning meal, some more of that grass tea, but thanks to some of Eros's foraging, you know, if he's come back with like chamomile or something like
No,
that.
I'm there with you right now.
Yeah,
I look at you doing that.
Yeah, I thought you went out earlier.
I came back with you.
Ah.
And I suppose we're getting up at the same time, and I look at you and I go, "This is not enough. We shall go to the forest, perhaps find something fresh to eat, and allow me to explore the local flora and fauna to see just what contents that forest holds. I must admit I have smelled some interesting things lingering upon the wind, Quiro. I shall like to sample them in the flesh. And let us go." And I sort of like almost kind of grab you and start walking out. Your door.
Yes.
Door, release. Oh, move it. I do not like your door. You will notice I never open your door. Like, wider. Get it all the way.
You know, I give it a wide berth for Eros to step through and not brush up against that iron lock that keeps my witches safe.
I move all the way like to the other side and very carefully avoid it. That thing is despicable. But let us venture swiftly upon leg to the wood that lay to the east. There are so many things I must find there. Now, Quiro, we also must come to a reasonable conclusion, for days have been passing. These stubby stumps of worthless life have yet to provide a coin to purpose of opening of shop, pleasure. We must find those to produce such things. This is where, of course, you come in, your job. And we must find a perfect location for pleasure.
You see like two kids. Oh, yeah, playing. You see like an orc and a gully playing around. And then they're preteen, like testing their strength, brawling, and then they look up, seeing Eros, and it's like there's like a line in there. It's like it was not a myth, like that look of like wonder as they go, and then they like stumble up, walking up to you, looking at you, speaking in Fraxa, both of you. Is it true that you eat children when we sleep? And like looking up at Eros, speaking in Fraxa, all just their faces all happy. The orc is a bit like more like.
I don't speak Thrax.
No, it's the Gully speaking, looking up at you. It's like
you should be speaking Thraxer, right?
yeah,
I don't speak Thrax. I don't understand their blasphemous witchomancy language.
I know, but this is what they're saying to you. Like,
oh, I know, I'm just telling you. I just look at them like they're just gibbering nonsense at me, and continue on about my business.
It seems here you've become a bit of a legend. They have asked if your kind will devour naughty children in their sleep.
Only the good ones, I say.
and they're like looking up
I
at like a
relay
cute girl.
this. Yeah, I relay this to them.
And then they like look at you, like, cool, and then they like run off. and
I actually laugh in their wake.
oh well, the orc is not like running, but like the guy is running, and then he like stops and look at the orc is like trying to moving on all fours as well, and then they like keep moving. You can see them like run past Apitak as he's getting through. You can see like the
Slow
orc
down.
gaze them like looking. Then you can see them speaking in this like language, like the yeah, I can't, but speaking in this strange language to each other, and then you can see like the orcs snickering, and then they run into the temple. But
I'm further down the street or whatnot. I'll turn, like, where the kids came from, I'll just turn and I'll just look at you two, and I'll just nod and see one of my hand, just like one single wave, like, make my way. And not towards you two, but about my own business.
I say to Quiro, quick question for you, Trevor. We've only discovered Sindarian to be the only language we speak.
Yes. Although, wait,
You don't speak a Jir or anything like that, do you?
No, not Aegean, but we've established Morghulish as well, right?
Oh, you speak Morghulish as well?
Yeah.
As do I. All right, well, that's actually quite helpful. So I'm just speaking to you in Sindarian at the moment. The temple there, what is that to? Is that what is that to? A bunch of orc gods? So,
Yes, that is for the trolls, and the various esoteric paths of the Magi will go there, and they'll exchange their knowledge, although they guard it a bit jealously.
I was very confused. I'm like, what is an esoterra? Is that what you said?
Yes, the Magi, the workers of the true magic, the old magic, the first magic. This is what the
I look
orcs.
like really uninterested as you're talking about it, like you're talking about, yeah, these guys do calculus. I'm like, oh, cool. What are you talking about? That's kind of the look I give you. Not even offended, just like, magic. Just to kind of give you the context, as you obviously can read context pretty well.
Inwardly, I actually take comfort in the fact that he's so blasé about magic, like he doesn't even care, but far better than being judged and burned at the stake for it. So I'm actually fine with him not caring. Yes, that is the orcs there. They exchange their wisdom, they exchange scrolls, and they really only share the most with their fellow orcs. It's very
Let me
difficult.
make sure.
Mhm.
The female last night, I don't remember her name. Seder, I think. I'm not sure. She talked a lot. I didn't listen much. But
Yes,
you, I believe she said their god's name is Troll. Is that right?
the orcs do not worship gods exactly. There are many trolls, and they existed before even the gods. They did not create them. The trolls
Sounds
apparently
like nonsense to me.
the trolls apparently were here before anyone or anything. It's a very strange thing. Once you get that far back in the cycles, everything is as fog, or
Yes,
the
yes.
mutters of
I believe they are clearly charlatans. You must understand this. There's no such thing as a bunch of them. No. I thought they were any blood named troll. That perhaps I would believe, but there were the elder creators such as Morgul and
Anthraxu.
No, I don't believe so. No.
I assure you, Anthraxu is amongst their number. In fact, Anthraxu is numbers.
No, I don't believe that's right. This sounds like foolishness, what you're saying. Then there's your god, the Look like I'm trying to think. Like I have no idea what your god's name is, but
yes,
I'm sure she is very powerful in your imagination.
I was a man named Tharqualix Zalgard. He's been slain in cycles past, and
really a male made your species. A male, surely that's I cannot believe that. That sounds impossible. But please continue.
Yeah,
it looks like I just don't believe what you're saying. Like you're just making up some gibberish.
And I then seek to educate. Yes, he was slain in cycles past. He was drank down by the great usurper Lopdif, a name that is vile upon the tongue of Kitsune, or so I have been told. But to be honest, I've never seen any followers of Lopdif. I've never seen any worshippers, nor have I seen any worshippers of Tharqualix, the old god that created the Kitsune. As far as I'm concerned, this is an old war, a war from ancient times that has nothing to do with me and mine. I've never been aided or maligned by any forces involved with this battle. I do not hold a grudge the same way that the malformed Farum will. Truly, it is not my concern. The gods and the elder creators, those things that have ascended to divinity, they all ply their games. They kill each other, drink each other down. But here upon the land, and I gesture outwards, that is not our concern. Our concern, and I turn my nose towards the forest to which we step to. Our concerns are more immediate, and right here.
Well presented.
Mm-hmm. Let the orcs stare at their navels and wonder what the gods will do and think.
I thought
Right
you
here.
said they don't worship a god. They worship make-believe creatures that clearly never existed.
Well, they insist quite vehemently that they existed at one time, but have since been captured and cast down. I suppose they call out to them and hope for their return, but
Really powerful creatures have been cast down and captured, yes.
yeah, such a thing must be an impossibility.
Well, it would seem surely that if such nonsense is to be believed by anyone, it should certainly not be in any way viewed as anything but shame. Now let us be into that wood. Did he? Oh, I can't be bothered with all these names. The Mihongi that was running around and trying to bully with lust in his so very rugged fashion, said something about wanting us to help him do something or another. I can't really be bothered to remember, but perhaps we'll see him mulling about if the light is not too oppressive for his moon orbs. What do you know of herbalism? Anything at all, Quiro?
I've seen a few herbs that are more edible. Like if you need edible herbs, you can ask me. I've seen plenty. I'll put them in tea.
Eating
I'll
herbs?
nibble on them for sustenance.
That's disgusting. How dare you?
How dare I?
How dare
Out
you?
here
Walk
in
all
the-
of us
in the outskirts of.
around the orc getting like, God, you become one of these filthy things. Like you're like, oh, I'm eating herbs. I literally look like I'm about to just smack you upside the head. For your own
How
good.
about here on the outskirts of civilization? It is not as if tiny animals will simply crawl into my mouth for dinner. I must go out and search for things, and sometimes I must supplement my intake with roots and herbs and tubers.
Herbs and
Yes,
roots.
yes. They have not the same flavor
I'm not
as a
sure.
chicken or a
Yes,
lizard.
yes. You're a dirt eater. That's Quero the dirt eater. Oh my! How distasteful is that, dirt eater? Oh, what has become? Next, you'll tell me you worship the god named Troll. Oh, oh, this is beyond me. Oh, I just look up and shake my head.
Hardly. You may find you will have to supplement yourself with a potato or a
No,
turnip every once in a while.
you will learn that I know how to hunt and that I eat. And I just sort of glance around like, at the locals, whatever I want. So we head into the woods.
Okay, just straight into the wood.
Yeah.
Good, good,
Mhm.
good.
I lean in. What do those cat things taste like?
Oh, those I've not savored the flavor of hunting one down and besting it mightily is well they're so very pointy. You see, every end ends in claws or teeth or something of that nature, and they are difficult to best, as you can understand. I know that they are predators. They will eat meat as well, and I suppose they will taste of what they have devoured. And so around here, it'll taste it'll taste of chicken.
Yes, I've seen this custom. But I've seen it on the road, and I have some vague understanding of the purchasing of that which is to be eaten. I cannot fully say I've never partaken in such a custom, but I find it debasing to the very soul, as if to write oneself incorrectly. I certainly should not wish to do such upon any other available options, and that wood seems to produce many options. Many foolish travelers in their hoods and their leathers. Oh, my, the feasts we shall partake of. There shall be no dirt eating for you, Quero. We can at least scavenge
It,
my kills.
it's only a thing I do out of necessity. It's not as if I revel in
Yes,
eating
yes.
in the same way as an orc or a femme.
Yes, Quero, you should be very ashamed of what you've done, but perhaps we can allow you to have a more respectable life.
Well, how about this? I know a thing or two about the pigeons that live around here. They are fat and slow, for few things try and eat them. Observe in the trees, look for their nests. We can find eggs, and we can find a fatted pigeon up there. Now that is a fine breakfast.
I look up at them like she's. They look. I don't know. They don't look like they taste delicious. Let us be in the wood and find something more suitable. And perhaps if we are very, very unlucky, we shall have to dine upon that thing you call a pigeon. Ugh. So I'm going to take him on a hunt into the wood. I don't know how you want to handle that.
Mm, I would have you roll at an endorsement hunting. I think that's
I'm very good at
yeah.
it. It's not.
And I think you should. Is there a endorsement gathering
Huh?
herbs?
Oh,
I'm not sure what that's called. I think that's what you're also looking for. So.
Yeah.
Mm,
Alright, so one at a time.
yeah. But we're going to Akrova as you are hunting, and another one of you is barbering ring. As Akrova, you are waking up this morning as well. You can see Gewush is like walking around like he's like fixing up a new skin, putting it on a pillow. It's a very large one. I don't know if you have any outdoorsmen, but it's a large animal. It has like these strange like spikes, I do not know, like thin, long, nail like spikes on it. They're not hard. They're like, but they're definitely there.
Like quills.
Yes, exactly like quills. Thank you. Yeah, they're like, but it's like over fur, so like sticking out of the fur, and he's like putting that over a pillow with no fur on it, and just kind of kneading things up. As
he gets up, he's gonna. Well, he feels really slightly bit groggy, as if he were just got up from a drunken stupor, but his mind's still reeling from the events of the past. He pushes that off to the side, and when he sees him, he'll walk up and start making some light conversation. And, hello there. I see the morning has seen you well.
yes, I'm like looking up at you and changing, like moving some bones around, trying to decorate somehow in this crude building.
What does that symbol mean there, pointing to the silver star?
It's the symbol of opiate. It's the 8 hours of sleep.
Oh. Tell me more of this opiate. This intrigues me.
And he like looking at you, shifting his body. Good. Well, most call her she. It's elder creator of dream. Owls. And he like shows you a skull of an owl. Like feeling that you can like and like show you like feathers, like he has to like you have to like he's trying to teach like a minor like with touchy feely like a Sesame Street go through, like how it's like learning your stuff, going through like books with like pictures of owl and this are very like.
If he's showing me like,
but he's not.
Well, when he shows me all the feathers and stuff, I'll look at him and I'll be like, so is this the god of feathers and birds?
No, you see, you see owls is from beyond. They're like the dream world things, you know.
Oh.
They may have wings, a small gift of I don't know, maybe like imagination. He's like smiling. That's what opiate is. It's everything beautiful, just out of reach. And you like redirect some bones, just out of reach. You see, she speaks to you through your dreams, begging you to stay longer with her. Why are you here to contemplate, Akrova? I see that you are interested, but
I
Why?
seek answers. I'm looking for someone.
Someone?
Hmm.
Someone who?
But I know not the name. I only know a few details. But I seek them.
Yes. Them? I. You seek violence? Something? Like looking at you.
So what he'll do is he'll pull out like a pair of rabbit's feet that has a chain between them, and he'll slide it onto the table and slide it over to him.
And you see him this little claw hand, like, and like taking it off, like looking at it, and then like putting it back, like sliding it back quickly, and just. So, where did you get those? I have seen them in. No, I guess this is a trick.
This is
Like
no trick.
looking
I
up
found
at
it.
you.
I found this near my father's corpse.
Corpse.
He was killed. Duke Set came upon him.
Looking at you like, like he don't really like sliding back and forth. Stupid shit.
You seem like you know something about this, and he takes it, kind of just dangles it a bit.
And he's like putting it, like putting his little claw hand on and like putting keeps that away.
He'll put
Like
it away.
looking around. You have come here to seek this in this house.
I came to Flame Dance to seek answers. Here I was told I could have some rest. But I feel calm here, and I figured I could also get some answers. Start looking. This is, after all, the House of Contemplation, one would think. What better place to find answers? Yes?
Yes. Yes. He's like looking at the like open like door frame. Yes. Tell me your father. Tell me about him.
He'll start leaning back a bit, kind of just glancing out, kind of a 1,000-yard stare a bit. My father was very skilled at the mandolin, much like me. That's where I learned to play. He's a very jolly man, but he always did like to gamble. Always moving. I never once stayed in one place for long. We always traveled. He was always that way, always on the move. But everywhere he went, he always brought a joy with him. It was a good thing. Those days were fun, filled with nothing but jubilation and journeying. We saw many sights together. I know not the names of the places at times, but I do remember their looks. High mountains, tall trees, beautiful seas, and many peoples, different shapes and sizes. Wondrous. He was smart too, just as I am smart. Many people would not say that about an ogre, but we are the exception, it seems. He knows a lot. He even taught me Thraxa, which now I am to be told and heard that it is a rare tongue, not spoken by many but the orc. I know not where he learnt it, but I know it. It only serves to allow me to put my music and art to all things, so that they may hear and understand. Understand what I create. And he like takes his hand and puts it over his chest.
I see. Doesn't seem enough. Like looking at you. Fraxas. Strange. Tongue, you see. But,
It's the sound of bones. I like hearing it. Sounds like the
Human.
crackling of fire, like Sindarian. They mesh well. It reminds me of the campfires and stories of old. They'd gather around and my father would tell them. And that was the best of all. I know not if they were true, but he speaks of many. One time he told me of a journey that a Freyne, a satyr, and a Typhon made upon the seas. All sorts of things.
and he like looking at you. Keep that in your memory. Smiling. You seek answers. These answers, what would you do for them? Good man, Kroger.
What would I do for the answers?
Hmm.
Anything. I can play. I can move things.
Can you...
I can even crack a few skulls. He kind of just takes his and kind of just audibly just starts doing this.
No. I have a slight problem, you see.
He leans in.
Like,
Go on.
and like leaning in closer. Watch are looking after me. I cannot leave this building without them staring. You understand my problem, Akrova?
No, what did they say before? I couldn't get that part.
Oh, I have the Forest Watch looking over me where I go. So could you look into that problem?
Nods his head. I'll see what I can do.
I'm not bad here, you see. I'm just head of the temple. I'm just here to stay.
But they watch you anyways. I know the feeling.
Mm.
I get watched a lot myself, as is the custom of all things when they see ogres.
Yes.
He'll get up from the stool.
Yeah, and by the way, when you were speaking with him, he was still like decorating, like talking with you still, but still like doing this.
He'll as he rises up, he'll look down. I will see into this. Make sure you can walk around without eyes blazing upon you.
Yes. Mm.
And with that, he'll turn around with a slight nod and head on out.
Yes. And we go to Lou. You're like patching up some farmhands. There's like a bit of like a row one with like busted toes and other minor injuries from working. Some with like got a scythe like hack from a
Little cut, yeah.
yeah. He's and you're patching them up rather nicely. You have like you're gathering like a small pouch of copper coin, like small copper. Some you're also taking seeds after you've been there for a while. You're awfully close to that temple of the like this orange painted building with like this thatch roof, where the thatch always seems to be like fresh, and there's like a crown, like no, not like a crown made of wheat just hanging above it. But
The majority,
what?
they satyrs, the majority here.
Yeah. The majority are satyrs. There are like a few human, but they are like more wary of you than the satyrs. And you
There
can
are
see
few.
like what?
Sorry, go ahead. Continue describing.
No. You can.
Okay. So you know, as I use this as an opportunity to practice my Sundarian with these satyrs. And there will be moments, you know, when I see the wound and whatnot. There will be moments when I'll be working and I'll do like a quick sort of patchwork, and then you'll see me sort of take out a quick sort of it's like a very small sort of book, almost like a journal, where there are like only a couple pages bound in it, and they've been basically stitched into the binding by just some fine sort of thread. But I got a nice sort of piece of charcoal, and I'll make almost like these weird sort of abstract drawings of what I see from the wound, and I am taking a bit of an opportunity to sort of take those sketches, but they're all very very quick, like 30-second sort of drawings, just like I'm taking notes, and I'll say that to them. Oh, I'm taking notes. In one moment. If I see this injury again, if it persists, I would like to know how to properly mend it. Yes, you're fine. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Be easy next time using that sickle.
And just like a satyr, like mumbling as he walks. And you can see like another satyr standing in the line. He's not as the others clad in like these. They're not clad in like rags. The clothing actually like stitched fine together, but it's still like brown weavings. You can see this one in a leather clad armor with this familiar like scratched in pattern of these like not gold, but like yellow scratches, like is resembling vines around it. A member of the Forest Watch is standing there in line waiting.
I'll sort of sit up, as it's next in line. Yes.
It has sandy brown hairs and yellow eyes. It's a little bit fat for the armor, and it has like a crossbow over its back, looking at you.
What is the
What
problem?
are you doing? You're getting and like pointing to like your gatherings of like small pouches of seeds and a few copper pieces. This for what are you doing here?
These farm hands, they hurt themselves. Perhaps they drank too much last night, or they work. I see they are hurt, and I do what I can to help them. But I ask for one thing in return, a few pieces of copper, is all. Do you have wound?
No, I have So you would do anything for cover? Orc?
No, not anything. I will only do stitchings, sickness, remedies for this, wrappings, stitchings. Anything further long term, then I will need more copper. But I will need to see this first. Some of the satyrs, they come to me, and I mend them. And then, when I ask for copper, they shrug and give me seed. This is not what I ask for.
I can give you cover. We need a barber. Someone to look at these bodies. It's been long, but we still have them.
I also have expertise in preparing bodies for burial or to be entombed as the Ferrum.
Oh, no.
No,
These has not been gathered in it at all.
you know, I get up. I was sitting on a stool and I get up a bit.
No. No records of them.
Oh, I see.
No one knows. No one heard
And
of
I'm like, I leaning close to him. I see.
them.
You show me a copper.
Yes.
If it is not with you, you go get it and show it to me. And then I will think about doing this. But as you can see, many come here. You see my work. You know. You will get it.
He takes like some like copper rings out of his not like rings for fingernails, but like currency rings, like holding them up.
You know, like I see that and I nod. Like I look at that for a second, like almost like it doesn't matter, and then I look back at him. I see. Call upon me when you need me. Yes. And then I lean in. Is it now?
Like he's like looking at you. Yes.
I see. I like almost.
They have been out there for days, 10 days. Smell.
I see. I see.
We put vinegar on them.
No, you put salt on them.
Oh.
You make sure you keep them in a cold place, not much air. Below ground is best. You see, like I'm saying that just over my shoulder as I'm giving him some free advice, and as I'm packing up my little leather shoulder bag.
Yeah.
I turn back to him. Go on. We'll follow. You others. I beg for you to accept my apology, but...
Hey! And like there's like a human with his like kid there. He has like a bloody nose and there's just blood everywhere. The kid is, yeah.
I like look at that for a second and I continue saying, please accept my apology, for I have been called by the Night's Watch, and I must go with them.
And he like the frostbite like waves to them and trudge forward.
I just follow him. Like I almost like very coldly disregard the others. Like,
what about bones? Do you can you look at those too?
of course.
I would like to know what happened. We would trying to figure this out.
Will it just be you giving me copper pieces? Or
What?
will it just be you giving me copper pieces? You speak as though there are many.
Oh, this is the watch.
No, many bodies,
Ah.
which you wish for me to investigate.
We got 2 pile of bones. I think satyr, but you know, you can tell me.
I see. I'll tell you what I can. But where is it that you?
Now you're walking towards like the eye stalk closer.
Hmm, no, I follow him. Um, I must let you know that currently, and I'm actually, I'm sort of getting the groove a little bit with Sindarian a bit with him. I'm
Mhm.
speaking to him. The tools I have, um,
Yes.
I used much of my twine um, back with the others in my wrappings. Um, I will ask for less coppers if you give some cloth. I will clean it if it is needed.
Looks at you like strangely. Uh, sure.
Yes,
Get a banner or something.
yes, yes.
Yeah. And he like walks to the forest watch.
Yeah, I'm just, with the
Mm.
speed of 11, I'm making my way.
Yeah, yeah. This is yeah. He's trying to like going slow with you, but you can see he's like, even though his speak is sluggish.
Where you find this one?
Yeah, the forest. It's you know the fox hunt thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear a bear. Big bear in forest.
Oh,
I don't go there much.
you shouldn't.
Yes. You and the other watchers. Mm, very good. Very good for the people here.
You can see him like trot a little bit, like his back's straightening up a bit. Yes, we will keep an eye out. And he like, gets sluggish again. Well,
Yes.
we should get in here. Oh. And Akroga, were you walking to the forest watch or why not?
Yeah, he's gonna stroll around town. If he doesn't run into Kuro or Eros, he'll just head straight to the Forest Watch afterwards. He'll actually take his time taking a stroll, taking in all of Flame Dance, kind of clearing his head before he gets there.
You still have that lingering coldness on you, but that only that like small, like sitting there, like cold feet. No, I don't think you would meet. It's a fairly big city, and you will be walking in the middle of the city instead of the outskirts, as they would be moving around in. And you see, like, well, Abisax and Cyprus you met before, and he like looks at you, his eyes lighting up. Grover! It's like walking over to you slightly faster.
When he says that, he kind of looks up, and then he has sort of like this. He sort of has this very melancholy posture about him. But as soon as he hears that excited voice call out to his name, it's like showtime, and he irks up, and he kind of just flexes his muscles a bit, letting his pecs kind of bounce up and down a little bit as he hears that, and he goes, "Oh yes, someone call!" Ha. He kind of strings a few notes off on his mandolin.
Uh, I like raise a hand.
Ah, Apatax, how excited of you, my friend.
You sleep well. You no more too much drink. I'm speaking Sidarian to you. Last night, too
Ah,
much drink, huh?
no, not much drink, my friend. Just, I'm not really sure what to say of it. It's,
Oh,
strange.
hmm.
But I feel better
You,
now, though.
good, good. Many ogre go into house, contemplation, and come out uh, equal. No sick. It was good. They speak.
Oh, yes. Where are you heading off to, my friend?
I just look at the satyr next to me, like for him to give the answer.
Like looking at the yeah, Architect's like, you, Akrova, you know this one? Hmm?
Yes, this is Epitax.
Hmm.
He is good with the body, knows its insides very well. Like a cartographer, he reads it. Yes.
And he's
And
like,
he's like Arkovas is now just this throwing out big words and stuff like boom.
yeah. He like looks you, yeah, yes.
I just nod
Uh,
matter of factly, just like,
yeah, I have some. Mm, that's good. And he like leads you to the forest watch. He like looks at you for a second, Akrova, and then like leads both of you in. Like, and he leads you into like a room that's all stone walls and a very closed door. And when you like the smell is just of vinegar and dead body and well bowel movements, the last bowel movements, and this just hits you as you walk in there. Or well, some of you, one of you, as you get in there. There's two bodies lying on on the floorboards, smelling up. You can see like the floorboards are slowly oh, uh, slowly soaking up the vinegar, and you can see the bodies are they have like cut marks. One of them is missing an arm, and you can see like their eyes are like bulging out of their head as dead bodies do, and they're like filled with all the yeah
gases.
yeah no maggots or anything. It's kept fairly clean except like the disgusting vinegar filling them.
Orkova, you'll see me turn to the satyr watchman. You know, I'll just turn to the satyr, like before I start working, I'll just look down at him for a moment. And I'll gesture back where he showed me those coins. I'll like sort of make the gesture like
And he
it's like I'm trying to be all slick, but it's like Orkova, you could obviously see it.
yeah, you can see him like put these rings in your hand, and then like he points to like a pile of bones, and they're like filled with dirt and stuff sticking to them. No, there's no meat on them. They're just clean new bones. Cedar, but yeah, he's like points to them and points to the two of them. Yep.
I just nod. Like when he and you see Orkova, like maybe like you would have seen merchants like, ooh, you know, like they count whatever, and they're like, ooh, you know, they put, you know, he put some of those rings in there, and I just like I gesture to him, and then I look back at the bodies, and and like he puts in my hand, and I just sort of almost like just doesn't even matter. I was like, oh, okay, you put some, okay. Just put it into my little other shoulder bag, and I make my way over. The smell of this place, the acrid, bitter scent of the place doesn't seem to bother me.
Arkova, his nose is turned up at all this, and he kind of just gets a rag and kind of just puts over his face a little bit. And in doing so, it kind of rubs his chest a bit because he still has some of that perfume, that cologne, generously given to him by Eros, and he'll kind of rub that on and put over his nose so that he can waft some of that beauty into his nostrils in this place of death.
But I'll very matter of fact, like I'll leave them to their own business. But I'll very matter of factly, go to the bodies first, and then, I'll go to the bones, but it's more so to the bodies, and just sort of I don't touch anything. I just you'll see me just sort of look, and again I take out that very small, almost like newly bound, piece of leather book, journal sort of thing, and you see me with a piece of charcoal, and I sit down for a moment, and I draw the bodies, parts of where like the where the bone comes out. It's definitely anatomical sort of study before I start working, and then I'll take out a very small blade, like a very small intricate scalpel. I'll start cutting a piece of, start cutting a bit of layer of the skin, peel it back a bit, seeing how the muscle was sort of weaves into itself and how the arm was torn off, apparently. And I'll look for more sort of puncture marks. I'm thinking, of course, a wild animal did this or an ogre, but I keep those thoughts to myself. And if there is a time where I'm alone with the bodies, then well, I'll do something else. But for the most part, I'll be drawing first, and then looking it over, and then taking a little bowl, like a little wooden bowl, and putting water in it, like a little cloth, and I start wiping down parts of the body a bit, and cleaning it a bit, having some respect.
Well, the Cerberus leaves you after a while. I'm not muttering anything. He just walks out after some time, getting bored with you looking at the bodies. You can see that it's definitely not animal. Most of it is like puncture wounds or blunt damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like bruising and whatnot, bone, probably internal bleeding and whatnot. Yeah. And I'll relieve parts of the bleeding here and there. I'll have.
But there's not. It's all coagulated. It's too long.
Oh yeah.
It's all like
coagulated.
Yeah, disgusting. Yeah. But
very, very detached. Very almost like There's still that degree of respect that I have for the body, but there's also almost like this. This is like a very normal thing, just to be showing my ability to sort of adapt or to like handle this sort of thing, like dead bodies and bones and whatnot.
You can also see the 3 satyr bones, 3 sets of satyr bones lying there, very familiar markings on them, very too familiar. But I guess none of you touches them as you see them in a pile. They're lined up in 3 piles. You can see by glance that something is wrong. There's there's too many vertebrae there, and no, you have 2 lower jaws there. That's not part of the hip, but stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as you're looking over them, you can see where satyr pants would end. There's a small the tail is too long on both of them. That's just a small note on just growing out. But there's beside that they look like normal satyrs. But yeah, definitely.
Now, having a degree of skill in occult, there are particular signs that I'm looking for. Of course, that's the last sort of thing. Well, for the most part, I'm trying to get an idea of these things. But there are, of course, from my practice, notes of those practitioners that are drunk with hubris, that they could pervert such a beautiful art. I do make sure that if there are big sort of bruisings and whatnot, it's almost like I'm sort of learning if something else is hiding within these bodies. But any of that information I keep to myself.
Yeah. Sickness doesn't seem to cling to them, but there's definitely something odd. Their hair is too silky, on their legs, and the bruising seems to have stopped too quickly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can see,
Is the skin still like soft? Is the skin sort of clammy or sort of?
yes, it's clammy. It's very clammy, but it's because of the vinegar.
Okay.
It's nearly like
Like I'm looking for signs of like, if the skin is like puffy in certain areas, where arteries wouldn't normally sort of under the armpits, by the neck or whatnot. I am sort of checking, sort of those areas and whatnot. Obviously, one of them had their arm removed, but other than that, I'll take, until dusk. I'll if it takes that long, I'm though I was really sort of stingy with like making sure I'm getting paid, but I do try my best to do the best job I can investigating these things. And I don't like dissect them or anything like that. There are just moments where I'll make like very small incisions just to like double check, like, oh, okay, that was, uh, an organ was, a lung was punctured and the rib sort of curved in there and was broken. Oh, okay. Check the heart, the kidneys, but also there's almost that strange curiosity, as I've never yet had the chance to take such extensive notes of the dead body.
no. And Akrova, as you stand there beside Apitax, you hear that voice again, speaking, saying, "We call for ruin." And you can your lips are moving in the familiar words of Apitax. Oh well, first Apitax, and then something you do not recognize. As you feel yourself mumbling these words, but you're not making sounds with them. But you can't help but like moving, and then you feel that go away as you feel like you're filling yourself with warmth again. Feel like something was taken from you. But
And he'll just stand there when he senses that, and he'll just sort of like out loud, not like too boisterous, just like at a normal low tone, he'll repeat what he heard.
you hear your name, your full name.
I look over my shoulder. My little beady eyes sort of widen a bit. I look up at Arkova, who's perhaps in the further part of the room. But then you see me like look at you when you say that, and then I'll turn back and you see me start cleaning my hands a bit, the cloth, very dry my hands.
He turns towards you and he'll say, "You heard that? You hear those words?"
I just look back at you and I clean my hands and I slowly make my way over to you. And I speak in sort of a lower tone than usual. Of course, Thraxa is the tongue of my people. I speak to you in Thraxa.
Oh, that's what I heard at the party last night. Those words. It sounded like you at first.
There were other homes there.
Yes, but I heard it just now. What I say, that's what I heard.
I look back at the bodies. I look back at you. I see. You should sit down and rest. Stay here. Rest. Ask for the others to get food or drink. I'll see to you personally to the House of Contemplation. If it is to your liking, I would like to look over you.
Very well, but I do have business here,
Yes.
so I have time. We can wait. I can wait. He kind of just sits down and he's staring upwards.
Good. I turn back. And then, like, as I turn back, I look back over my shoulder towards you. And then I turn, and then, like, I go back to my work.
We go to the two of you getting out of the forest. There's inside the forest if you want to. Of course, there's pigeons there, and of course, there's a lot of fox tracks littering the ground. As this free, what are they called? Well, free wild pigs tracks you find as well, and you are like, of course, not choosing to eat that foul beast, but you have a small, well, it's like what's that called? Well, like a cat-like creature. It's clearly not carnivores. It's clearly like a plant eater. As you're seeing it eating these like evoi like plants. It has like monkey hands, but still it has like a cat's like agile body and like the cat-like ears, but no snout. It's very like short, like a pug might say. Crawling, eating, evoids as is like crawling up against this tree. As these incessant plants are trying to strangle the tree, this old oak to, well, death. Let's see it, but there's many fox trails. As Kuro, you haven't seen them before when you have been out here, but Arrows is clearly pointing them out to you as he, now know how that foot looks like. And you are like walking back with this. It's about like, let's see, like a meter long. This creature, as he.
Look at that thing up there in the trees, nibbling the leaves. Kind of looks like a human. All ugly, big eyes, smushed face.
Yes, well, I believe it needs to be caught. I am going to get real low down and use like stealth to get slowly, and I move silently forte, just get closer and closer to it. It's already in a tree, so it's probably well fucked. And then I'm just gonna, explode and just try to go right up the tree and get it. Like as soon as it notices me, or if I get in the tree without it noticing, I'm gonna explode and go right up, trying to take out any kind of branches if I can to try to ground it and perhaps stun it.
I've used the wrong word. I used the Danish word. It's like ivy, if you know, like non-poison ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like up against the trees, like a wall of that, as the ivy is like trying to like strangle the tree, so you can like climb in the ivy if you want to.
I could get up there, right?
Yeah, you can get up there. You can get me a outdoorsman hunter, I think. I'm not sure. A brawl or maybe a climb. Athletics climb would probably be the right word.
Sure.
It's just sitting out there, like putting leaves inside its mouth, holding with its like strange hands.
Yeah.
And it's like in a it's a very dark brown color, so it's fairly well camouflated.
Okay, let's see. So that's gonna be 5, 7, 14. 14 on my own.
Yeah. You can get out there and like the creature is it's swirling away. It's very agile, but you do like get a hold of it with your hand and begin like bashing it till it's silent. I'm assuming.
Or get hit with my hands and bash it. No. No, that's not how we kill
But
them.
it has no claws or
Tree
anything.
and sink our fangs here, grabbing it, violently holding it, thrashing it about with my predatory jaws, driving huge fangs into the neck, snapping and breaking the neck with a popping of bone, and blood spattering everywhere to the ivy. Oh yes! And then I partially deposit its body, like hurling it to the ground, where I will fall upon it and begin to eat it.
Haha. Yes.
And I will allow the Quiro to scavenge the bones once the alpha predator has consumed flesh. Yeah, that's just what it should be.
I do move like hey to eat from it, but then I actually stop, and I do think like he ain't gonna respect me unless I catch my own. I'm not gonna gnaw the bones like some sort of ogre child who's given the bones from his pappy, just leaves them on the floor so he can gnaw them. No, I can catch my own. Yeah, and I look around. I had that previous roll of 14 to look around and find. I still do like the idea of that pigeon.
Yeah, you see like small nests up in another tree. But
All right, so I spy that tree, and I too move with extreme stealth, as is our way, is the dark fae. Well, 2 out of the 3 dark fae move with great stealth. The other one doesn't. And yeah, I begin to climb that tree. While very agile, I don't quite have the same athletic training, and so my progress is a bit slower, but still nice enough to climb a tree. And I get up there near to that nest, and instead of the biting and the thrashing, I work as the fox, and I wait, and then I just sort of snatch out with my swift hand, bring that pigeon there, sort of spin it, and just like crack, crack, crack. Now it's it's completely dead within like a second. I stuff the pigeon in my mouth, and I look into the nest to peek for any eggs.
yeah, you see there's like 2 eggs lying there, all green with spots on them.
So I take those eggs, and those go in my satchel. I skitter down the tree, with a pigeon hanging from my lips, like a proud cat, I guess, coming back and like, oh, look what I got. And then
Well, I look at you for a moment. There actually seems to be a flicker of respect, as I had clearly thought you would just eat the bones like some bitch-ass hyena. And seeing you take initiative and actually hunt, it seems you've gained a modicum of respect from me, though I would never admit it.
So now I begin to lose the respect as I pluck the pigeon before eating it, as I do not wish to down those feathers, and they disagree with me internally. A delicate constitution.
Well, yeah. Nice you two are dining, walking home, proud, of course. This you Eros have but of course.
Well, you said what to me? You were like, you kind of broke up. Yeah, I heard you say my character
Okay,
name.
yeah. You have your satchel filled up with different butterflies. You find the strangely enough, you don't see any larvae as you did last time you were walking through the forest, but now there's like lazy butterflies walking, trying to make let's just say it, put leaving eggs on different like flowers, and you are gathering up these different eggs.
Yeah. I smell profusely, trying to bring every sense I can into my nose as I try to sort of, from a smell standpoint, just dissect the world around me. I really want to find any new herbs, new barks, grubs, saplings, roots, leaves that might be dried, pine straw, anything that might be new and different to me to create aromas and scents. And I weigh and balance them in my mind with my outdoorsman and my fortes, so that I may see what I can deduce down into elixirs and essences and potions of all sorts to perfume the body, to infuse into candles for fine essences. I do have a chandler forte as well, or to use in any fine smelling items, little like sacks that can be put around individuals, little tiny sacks full of pungent odors, things that can be broken into perfumes and added with other elements that I have gathered from here and elsewhere. I'm really trying to crack the code of making these perfect scents. So I keep balancing all that in my mind as I smell everywhere. And definitely something to note where, I mean, I seem to be almost reliant on my sense of smell over other senses, which is obviously very uncommon for most sapient creatures.
Yeah, you find like on these, of course, these where these butterflies are leaving their eggs, there's like a small bush of, it looks like rose leaves, but only like a very few of the flowers actually look like roses. Most of them have these like small like small hair on the inside, with small like seeds on the inside of the hair, and the roses are all peeled back. And but when you look, there's like a different stages of how evolved it is. You can see like the small one looks like little like lipsticks, and if you can see that, like all closed down and pretty. And on the end of every flower there's like a small round ball, but when it like grows as the flower decays, you can see like a berry you can eat from there. Or, well, you can't eat it, but you could like smell all these like citrusy,
Yeah, I have no
fine flavor that like. But you
roots,
can just
dirt and shit like this filthy kitsune.
yeah, and you can feel when you're feeling it, there's like something inside of the berry. It's not a full berry. When you hold it up, it's like a bag of something inside of it. And when you open up, there's like this powdery substance inside of the, and it like tickles your fingers a bit.
Yeah, I have some very small tools for helping, like little bowls of pestle and mortar, and then little small knives for dissecting and kind of cutting things open and testing them, smelling them, making sure, of what I have. So I'll be very careful. I don't just grab things. I'm actually very surgeon-like, and like, okay, let me carefully take this and this. I don't want to damage them. I want to have everything in the best condition, and I'll lay it out on a table in this home that I've just seemed to be claiming.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
And as you're like walking back from the forest, you're in a different part of the town. Kuro leads you into this part. You can see a strange building. You can feel this, this familiar yet unfamiliar sense of this something like in pieces, like scaffold pieces, looking like you can feel that in you. It's like it's not as threatening as it normally feels, but it feels like broken as you're looking, trying to find out where it is. But you just walking by in the city, and then suddenly it's not there anymore. But you feel that shattered feel inside of you, Eros. Yeah.
I feel a shattered feel, like it's something I've never felt before.
No, you have felt this before, but it's straight. It's not as dangerous as it normally feels. It doesn't feel threatening. It feels broken, like.
The fact that I've come here and the fact that I am, well, a hunter, just definitely like Quiro, who is not here. Oh, there he is. He is there. He's
Yeah.
using high in plain sight. Quiro very talented at that. Quiro, you'll notice that all of a sudden, like I'm smelling, but I'm like my eyes are just darting like crazy. Like it's very obvious I'm looking for something, and I've kind of like pressed myself up. I'm gonna try to use hide. I mean, he's obviously already knows where I am, and probably drawing way more attention to myself. I'm trying to hide against like a building, and I'm looking around very carefully, and I'm trying to kind of gauge it. Like, oh, did it stop? Then I'm gonna go closer. Did it stop? Oh, did it kind of working that way. I'm gonna try to locate this thing by trying to use stealth and realizing that in of itself is at least to one degree impossible.
Yeah. You can roll like you roll stealth, hiding, and you can roll Dorsman Hunter. I think would be the forte for locating. Is more likely.
Okay, this would be the hunter roll. Okay, that's going to be 9, and then 11, and then 11 goes to 18, goes to 20. It's going to be, that roll will be 20.
Okay. Very good.
Now, the other one, not going to be so hot. 1, 2, that's a 9 and 11. 11 for the stealth roll.
Okay.
When I see this, you smell something. I just sort of whisper out to him, and I also instinctively take a stealthy stance and begin to creep along, following him. I have but one forte in perception smell, as granted by my Kitsune heritage, but I know that he is able to sense far more. And
I'm looking
my stealth
around, smelling and listening.
You have a idea about that is inside the city, and like it's very close to this eastern part of the city, but that's how you gauge it. More likely closer to the fields, but maybe.
Okay, so I keep going that way, and I'm smelling and listening and hearing, and I'm carefully watching for anyone else that like seems like, oh, like kind of looking around too, or trying to act too subtle, or too nonchalant, or trying to hide or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. You can roll me a perception, like
Perception.
sight. Yeah, perception sight. Sure.
Ooh, the dice have rewarded me. That's going to be quite a high roll there. That's a 13 base. 13 is 15. 15 is 22.
Yeah, you can see like there's two humans on a cart who's like moving. The cart is moving like slowly, and you can see one of them is like his eyes are like darting around, like looking at people as they're like moving slowly through this crowded filled with farmhands walking everywhere, and they're like moving.
I'm going to follow him.
They're like two in a cart, and they're like moving, and they're moving like and they're like turning down a trail through the in the open fields, moving.
Well, I will follow them, and if I when I absolutely have to, of course, I just try to get closer. I just try to wolf them. I get low, I stealth, I get closer, and I explode. That's
Yeah, you did, but there's a lot of people here. The farms are around them.
That's good. That gives me
now
stuff.
there's like the wheat filled with the nutrients of the ground.
Yeah, well, I would care not for that nutrients, but perhaps for the nutrients of them.
Eros, we're heading back into the city. Don't devour anyone here. It's considered mighty illegal.
There is.
What are you doing?
One there I must find and speak with.
Have the humans wronged you already? You've only been here for but a few days.
Humans. I
You
should
are.
find this one. You shall go to him. You shall go to him, Quiro. As my man, as my speaker. Go speak to him. Tell
I'll
him.
see, but I don't
Tell him
understand there.
Tell him I wish audience with him on
Hmm.
fair terms. That should be enough.
I'll see what languages he knows. Yeah, they
You
don't.
see it, like moving in this cart, moving further away inside, like a
Oh,
train.
no, I keep getting like towards them. I'm not.
Then you're like you're outside the city now, outside the city lines now.
Yeah. Oh, they go outside the city.
Still, there's still like fields
Yeah.
to
Well,
both of your sides and people, like, walking.
Yeah, I am in pursuit. I do have a run of 20, by the way, just FYI.
Yeah.
That's higher because I have some more skill points.
Yeah, you have some. So you have somewhere to hide the like weeks are high. It's late in the cycle.
Yeah, it is.
So. Yeah. And this cart is filled with these clay pots.
All right. So I approach using stealth, but then I sort of step
Okay,
out.
when you approach, you can hear like a slight buzzing sound. But yeah, that's about it. You can hear them like speaking lowly Pelecanese to each other. Right.
So I call out to them in Sindarian in the vain hope that they understand the natural language here and they haven't become xenophobic humans and refused any other language. You there!
And
Hold your cart.
You can see one of them like jumps out, and the other one keeps going. And he looks at you. Yes.
I wish to speak with you, both of you. I represent a certain interested party. Wish to parlay words with you. Can you understand my language?
Yes, I do understand. It's like looking at you strangely. What are you?
Good. Though it seems your friend did not understand the words halt.
No, we have a delivery.
Well, this will but take a moment of your time.
You can see his hand is going to his like side arm, but it's just a knife. But you can see him like he holds it.
Yeah, there's no need for that there. I'm but one man, and I represent one other who simply wishes to exchange words. He has questions for you. I believe he knows one of you. Do not be afraid. This is could be a business opportunity. So you got a cart there. You must be tradesmen of some sort.
Does not concern you. He's like looking at you, trying to discern what you are. Like looking at your tail, you can see his brown eyes are just filled with question and
my
doubt.
My tail swishes around. Now, there's no need to use "fey" as an insult. It's simply a way people are. You wouldn't hear me saying "clayman" or "human" or "mud bunny" as an insult, now would you? And I specifically use the extremely racially charged slur towards him because he's dying to use "fey" as an insult.
It's no insult. He's like looking at you. No insult. Not tradesmen. We are clergy. Oh, working for the clergy. But that's none of your concern.
Oh, clergyman.
Haven't I seen you before somewhere?
Yes, no doubt. If you have enjoyed the theater and seen the plays or heard the songs, then surely you have seen me presiding over such joyful entertainment. And I'm looking around for Eros to see if he's gonna step out. I've gotten the attention of these humans, but
I have a quick question for you. Did you say one of them fled? There's a little.
Yeah, one of them is like going with the cart, still moving the cart, and the other one's speaking.
Oh, but they're both on the cart though.
No, the one jumped off.
They split up.
Yeah.
So the one I actually want to talk to is the other one that he's not talking to, right?
You don't know.
I can gauge that with moving a little bit away.
Yes.
All right, this is moving. All right, so that would try to be duplicitous when I offered kindness. I begin to run full tilt at him. I don't know how fast he's going. My speed is 20.
He's not going at 20. There's like 2 oxens in front of the car.
Yeah.
You can see the other one just looking as
Yeah, look
Arrows
here.
is running like.
You've
looking
upset my representative.
What? Like, what? And he's like looking at you, like holding his one knife, like all in like in disbelief at the sight of arrows, just like what? And you can see, like, yeah, the other one's like going in the same speed. They haven't hurt you. Your feet are light, and the other one's just stunned by your beauty.
Yes, that's what he should be.
It's like, he's like, yeah, moving some clay pots.
Yeah, I am going to do everything I can to reach him.
Yeah, you can reach him. He
Alright.
is just moving, and then he like, yeah.
So what I want to do, I don't attack him. I really want to. I'm kind of holding my cloak out like this on both sides, and I run, and I just pop up like right beside him, like out of the grass. Oh!
And he's like, the reins are like stopping because he's like holding on, like, ah! And then he looking at you.
You should not have attempted to evade me. I
told you.
Speak with you. I'm gonna say this in Sindarian.
Yeah, he looks at you like he understands you, but then again he's like doesn't understand you, like he knows the word.
Like we're very close now. I go.
Mm.
What are you doing here?
Moving these.
Do
Like,
not
looking at you.
coyly. You and I both know why I'm speaking to you.
No, what?
Why I am speaking with you.
No. He's like letting go of the reins, and like slowly like.
This is the one
What?
giving off. This is the one giving off the aura. Yes.
I wouldn't say you would be able to tell that.
Well, remember, like I said, you said they went off in different directions, so I moved in a way.
Yeah. I know. It's coming from this place, not from the
Coming
other
from
one. But yeah.
And it's all I can see is him and 2 oxen. Yes.
Yes.
And that's all I smell as well.
No, you also hear that like buzzing sound.
A butting sound.
Buzzing.
Oh, a buzzing.
Buzzing.
That sound seems to be what contained in the clay pots.
Yeah.
I mean, is it the sound of bees? I do have a very high out.
Nope. Not bees.
But the pots themselves don't seem to be large enough to contain anything, though, like of man size.
No, there's a lot of them in different sizes. They mostly are like poorly made, but they all have a lid.
All right, so I just goozle this guy. I just goozle him, and like my hand comes out quite quickly with my sword as I'm holding his neck. I will tell you what I want to know. I will start cutting you, and I will stop very quickly. I assure you, but not before it is too late. I pull him close and I start sniffing him.
And he's like putting his like arms on your chest, like pushing you
And I'm
away,
very
like.
carefully, like examining all the features to see like if there's anything that doesn't look completely pedestrian. From what you've described.
No, he's very like normal. He has tan skin, blonde hair, brown eyes, looking and smelling very afraid.
Where is the one? And I start tightening on the throat. You will tell me now. And I show him. All of a sudden, just the face of fear. The long, vicious, horrible, perfectly white teeth. bared his face and the eyes grow large, flaring with fire. You will tell me now.
The nymph. She wants to know where she is. And he's like trying to get away, like screaming.
And of course, in my nature, I'm like obviously already a bit aroused to a degree and to another. He says, "She, yes, I do wish to know where she is."
And he's like, look at when you. I don't know if you're like still holding him tight, but he's like squealing and trying to
Well, I
get away.
start letting go a little bit, but I'm holding him. And I got this fucking obsidian sword of his death ready to be swung.
And you can see him like his arm like pointing down the road slowly.
Where?
Yeah, like by the way, Trevor, you've seen the other man. He's just run into the fields. He's gone.
All right, that's I just see him bolt and I go, yeah. You know, he's not attacking anyone, so really I just kind of keep an eye on. Although I do keep an eye in that direction in case he's brought anyone. You know, like later.
I start pulling him off of the wagon. You will take me there now. Produce your interest.
And he like seems to have like a little more confidence. The cart, can we bring it? Please. Please.
I have a skill in driving a cart. I've done such for Abitax. Hup, hup, hup. And I climb up the cart, and as I do so, like I climb up from the back to the front, and I grab at one of like the smallest of these these human-made pots, and I sleight of hand, try and, you know, stash one away. You know, as I move through.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm not sure where I cut out, but what I was saying, I was trying to climb up the cart from the back to the front, and on my way to scoop up.
I didn't hear that.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and then you know, I just go to the front of the cart, and I guess I'll just and follow the road. I'm not really sure where we're going, but.
Yeah, like, how are you handling this man, Eros? Are you also with him in the car? The car is moving slowly at speed of 10 or something.
I haven't changed. Grab by the throat, pull off the cart, show me where she is now.
He's like pointing this way. Can we please take the car, please?
Quiro will drive your cart. You will walk there. She is close. You will deliver her unto Eros, Adonis, the only one deserving of your idolatry. You weak clay man, so very. And I smell him from like the chest up through the nape of the neck. Delicious. To think I wasted my child. Meat is so much sweeter when saturated with the tears of Ajira burning the muscle fat. Oh, how delicious you smell! The death will be lingering and horrible should you seek to do anything other than fulfill my orders. I assure you I can be most, I lean even closer, most unkind. Yes, very much so. And I'll just sort of ragdoll him and force him, you know, I got this sword out too, the other hand, force him to take me in this direction, or I will definitely reinforce my pain should I feel shenanigans occurring.
You can, yeah, he's following with you. He's like shaking as you are like moving him, having a bit of trouble like moving his legs forward, but still trying. And you can see the fields just they go on for a long while, and you can see this this, yeah, you begin like feeling more of this feeling, as if less shattered but still broken. And you, yeah, get to this, well, barn. It looks just like a barn, but there's like a lot of people, a lot of activity, buzzing activity outside. You can see satyrs, humans, large ogres standing there. She's giving orders to them as they're like running around. You can see like a pumpkin
eyes are
stars. The field is like a pumpkin field in front of it, and there is like a scarecrow in that pumpkin field.
A scarecrow. So I'm like, I mean, all my senses are just working complete overtime. So I'm looking for this individual, and I switch from a goozle to grabbing the thing around the back of the neck and putting it in front of me like I now gain a human shield, if you will, to my equipment list. So yeah, I'm definitely going to human shield. I expect to have perhaps some resistance, some darts or corals or arrows or sling bullets. I mean, who can know? A pitchfork, maybe.
Thrown pitchfork.
Yeah, sure. I don't have a pitchfork thrown in my head.
And you can see him like he's like, when you're in the like seconds between you're grabbing him here and grabbing him here, you can see him like trying to get away for a second, and then like he looks at you with just fear in his eyes, and then he like just stops and
I will
like,
cut most of your Achilles tendons if you do not stop thrashing. You have been warned. You will not warn again.
and you can see like this ogre priest, yeah, this ogre is like looking at you, and you see her like lifting an eyebrow, like, yeah, taking a pitchfork from a stack, and like, who comes here?
I am Eros Adonis. Are you the one who will come to?
Come to how? Let go of that man at once.
Ugh. Is she your one?
At once.
I'm still like holding him in front of me, like, aha, throw your pitchfork and see what happens. I got my sword out. Are you the one? Is she the one? I say to him.
She is not a nymph.
Nymph. Oh. I see. Most interesting. Where's the nymph?
You not get the nymph. Let go of him, or I'll rip your arm off.
You
Both
do
of
no
them.
such thing. Look upon me. I am the beautiful one, you simple-minded savage.
I know the beautiful one. You're not that. You're just wrong. Let go of him.
I am excellence. Exalt me for your mind is lingered upon things that are unimportant.
Yes.
Bring her to me!
You tell him Eros. And as Eros aggrandizes himself, and I give him backup, moral support, I begin to move behind him, and my much smaller form is hidden from any pitchforks and such.
You can see like the satyrs are gathering like farm tools, looking at you, and she's like, he has like a hand up, like.
This can happen several ways. First, I can kill all of you. That would be such a waste of ample spirits. Or you can bring your nymphette to me so that I may join her in conversation in her own tongue. Choice will be yours. I will not wait much longer. Your pitchfork clearly no weapon against me.
Eros, you would unleash your sword, Soul Splitter. Unleash it here, but the destruction would be, oh, I cannot imagine. And I look at that obsidian blade. Obviously, it must be a horrifyingly enchanted object.
It has this silver runic images like carved into it with like inlaid drip silver into the engraving. It does look fucking baller, and it looks to be very well made, as it is wont to be well made.
The high priestess are not available.
Do not care.
Let go of him.
Availability. So I look towards the man. Is it this nymph? Is that the one you bring me to see?
She's not the nymph. Can you?
Not her! Fool, not the, this ogreistic hag!
But you said you wanted the nymph. You said you wanted the nymph. And he's like holding.
Is the nymph the one that you pledge your worship to?
No! The leg! The leg!
What's that nonsense about? And I still feel the feeling here, yes, of...
Oh, yeah.
And the ogress looks very normal, yes?
She has like 2 grades of attractive, but yeah, but still. Yeah.
I do look her over now that I see she's not Hagley, as I didn't really look at her at first. I begin to examine her. Were you the one?
I'm the one to rip your arm off if you don't let go of him. Can you... Why are you here?
Your nymph. I'm not sure. Is your nymph here? Like, I'm
not. You can gauge from her like her expression. She's like has like looking at the barn for like a second, like when you call for her, but you don't.
Wow.
You don't answer, but you can clearly see that she's here. And
my eyes dart that way. I'll really examine her. Like, what kind of a specimen is this ogress? Like you said, she's attractive. But...
Yeah, she is attractive, but she's very like a handsome attractive. Like she has like a very like strong jaw, but still she's like has this like angular features. She's very muscular, but yet not to the extent of Akrova. She's taller than Akrova, like 8 feet tall, about the normal size, but yeah.
By handsome, do you mean she's kind of androgynous sort of male?
Yeah. I think I would say that would be. Yeah.
And I look in at her like trying to decide, is this her or not? Who are your parents?
What?
You heard my question.
What?
Do you feel?
Wait, why is this relevant? Let go of him! You can't just...
Do you feel me? Do you feel...
What? What are you speaking about?
You do not understand. It is not you. Bring me your nymph! Do so now!
No!
Who was... I say to the man because the people here would have been way out of the range of...
Yeah. But it's strong. It's still stronger here.
Whatever I'd sensed this I couldn't have sensed this place. Anyone that was here at that time, right?
No.
Like that definitely seems unlikely to me. So I say to the man, "Who else was with you?"
My brother Kate, but like looking for him, like.
Yeah, but that's the guy that ran off that I had tested to make sure it wasn't that guy.
Yeah.
So
it's like looking all like confused.
Not that. I don't care about that. If you answer my questions correctly, and I look at her and then look back at him, the both of you will be fine. I do not need to kill. I am not, however, opposed to it being our joined reality. Do not trifle with me. I am the existence personified of pleasure, but I can be other things as well. And I kind of rub the man's back of his head and then grab him hard again. Where is the one that summoned my attention.
What are you talking about? Can you just... I will... By the name of Valek, if you let him go, I will not do anything. You can just leave. Okay? Right?
Oh, that's what I want. That's what I came here for. I'm not afraid of you. You should have deduced that by now. You have a pitchfork. I hold this. And I show my sword like we're gonna baller and shit.
She like has like a slight like that's right like look, but and then she's like
I simply want an answer to my question, which you are failing to produce!
she cannot answer. You don't
What?
understand this.
Have you applied necromancy to him? Used the wrong magic.
Like, I don't know what happened. And he's like, no, of course I didn't. I'm priestess of the lake. I do not know who did this, but
There was a bad breakup there, and I think what you're saying was
oh yeah.
I'm a priestess of Valette.
Yeah. I did not do this. I do not know who did this.
You do not know who did what.
Take her. No, that's not. Bewitch her.
Bewitch who? Your nymph?
Yes.
Let me see her. Perhaps I may be able to help.
I will not get you close to my Cantaloupe. I will not get you close to Cantaloupe at any.
Cantaloupe, listen, this is going to happen several ways, and it will be your choice. First, I will kill both of you. Then we'll eat your flesh. Then I will go in there and find her. Or you can bring her out, and I can examine her, perhaps even aiding you in your bespellment. We shall have to see. I am different. Look at me. Behold! And know you shall do as I say, for that is the only way such things shall happen. Do it now, before I am displeased. I shall remember my pleasure or lack thereof.
She's like looking at the other one standing there with that
Really
pitchfork,
fortunate.
looking at this one person. What are you?
I am Eros, Adonis. I am pleasure. I am pain. I am amazing. I will allow you to bask and revel in the persona that you see before you, but I shall need to examine your nymph or whatever else other special thing you have here. I feel the broken echo stirring and calling, moaning out to me. I become annoyed by the pedestrian trifles you inflict upon me to harry my path.
She's like looking at you. So you are a witch.
No, I'm not a witch! If I was a witch, wouldn't I have witched you by now? Hexed you and vexed you and put you in your proper place for your disobedience? I do not care about such things. Why are you all so obsessed with these naive, ancient, antiquated superstitions of troll? No, that is not my way. I am the budding dawn, the future, the world to come. Bring her to me. I tire of speaking with servants. It's beneath me. And
You don't call me servant.
You have called yourself a servant.
No.
A priestess of some Velex? That's nonsense. I care not about that. Nor should I. Old ways are dying, and there are new rising celestial bodies. I think you understand what I'm speaking of, at least in the small echo of whatever you feel hidden here broken. Trifle with me.
But you are a witch. I can hear the words you're speaking.
No,
You're
you
a witch.
slithering fool!
How would you else know?
There are other paths and mysteries to be known, but not by you! Never by you!
I can't. I'll not show you her.
What possibly...
You're one person. Yeah. Deliria. I can lose you. I don't mind. Like he's like squealing. But
It won't just
you,
be...
Eros, why would you do anything other than stick your teeth in Cantaloupe's neck?
Why would you do anything other than present her to me as I have demanded? I've asked nice, I've threatened, I have cajoled, I have presented.
You have bewitched! Like, pointing to you, like, pointing your fingers, like, up and down at you.
Attributing antiquated ideas to my personage! I care not for such witchery! And I'll reach behind me and grab Quirrell and kind of push Quirrell like this way off to my right. Tell her my thoughts of witchery!
Oh, he is offended by the usage of the trollish ways. He finds them absurd, and he blasphemes their name. Of this I can assure you. He finds orcs distasteful, distrustful. They offend his nose. They offend his sensibilities. And all these things I have seen. You deal here with a man of might and presence. He has a gentle heart, though a hard exterior. You may speak words with him, but attempt to push him, to bend him in any way, and I'm afraid the boys laugh. And I begin to pet this young delirium man. I'm afraid the boys laugh. Will be forfeit.
Trying to get out of there, like, again.
Yes, that will be upon you. You do not wish his blood spilt upon your fertile fields. I've, just enough theology, and considering I'm, been living in this area for cycles now, it's like, I think I know what a Velex is,
Yeah, you can see there's like a satyr walking out of the barn and like close to her. And he's just looking at you with this, trying to pursue like this death stare, and he's like leaning down and he's like whispering in her ear. He's like nodding. Well. This pleases me, I must say, Neros. But let go of Deliria or you will die.
This is the nymph speaking?
No, this is not the nymph speaking. This is still the ogress lady. He just had a satyr speaking to her.
I'm looking at the nymph.
No, the nymph. There's no nymph.
There was some.
There's just one walking out of the barn.
I thought you said a satyr was leading out a nymph.
No. A satyr was getting out of the barn, and like she was leaning down and speaking. He was speaking to her, and she was like nodding, and then she kept talking.
The satyr speaking to the ogress.
Yeah.
All right, I'll examine the satyr. I think it just as likely could be him.
Yeah, he is. He's an older satyr. He has white tufts in his black. He looks very normal. Kind of, well, yeah, very, very tan. But yeah, it's hard to see from there.
No, this is not. It's not what I think. I'm actually very definitely confused. I'm like, show me your nymph now. I grow tired of this. I have answered your question.
Oh wait, only show. I don't want you to get near her, but I can show.
Let me see her. I wish to talk to her. That is what I have.
She can't speak.
I can't speak.
No.
She is polluted with demons of the
Mm.
throat.
Bewitched, we believe.
Well, throat demons, I suppose. Very well. Bring her out.
He's like, could be through like, and she looks behind her. You can see this figure like stepping out of the barn, looking out, moving the hood. You can see this
I just pushed her.
green, beautiful face and these like large, dark red eyes looking up at you. This perfectly sculpted face, still cloaked in, and you can see just her big, like plum lips. They have like they're closed, and there's like scar tissue forming on them.
I take the man and just hurl him forward. There, for your show of goodwill. Take this wretch. Ugh. I start like wiping my hand like in the grass.
You can see him like crawling, and then like standing up and then running.
Ugh. I just look at him with utter distaste. And I look at the nymph and I bow towards her, extending my cloak out of both sides. I am Eros, and the living pleasure. I am beyond the mountain of tomorrow. I'm here to speak with you. You have drawn me with your brokenness, I believe, or perhaps another. And I turn to the ogress. Was she in the cart recently?
No. Well, yeah, not that. And like she's like looking at the card. How will I know which card?
Has she been here for the last hour?
Yes.
I want to move towards the cart. Where's the buzzing sound coming from?
Clay pots.
Wham! I'll grab a hold of the clay pot and pull the lid off.
The lid is sealed with wax, but you like get it up and you
Wow,
see like a cricket or something like fly out, like buzzing, like and then flying away.
Is it only one pot that's buzzing?
No, it's all of them. It's like big fat like locusts, like flying out.
Is someone in here? Someone small? I'm saying
no.
I'm beginning to think it can't be the nymph. Like nymphs are just nymphs and special in their own right. Although I am looking at her like I did pay her respect. I'm like, oh, she's very important.
Yeah, but she's very you can only see when you
Right.
like pay her respect, she like nods and then like the cloak goes down and like a step inside the darkness again.
If she'd been here the whole time, and I'm thinking through my mind, that can't be her. So I'm going to start opening these containers, but like I'm going to open it and just like kind of keep my hand over it and kind of look in and try to see what these things are. Remember, I can't see in the dark, so.
Yeah, you can see like these big, fat locusts with these big legs and stuff, like sitting down there.
I hold
all
it.
like crammed in, trying to get out viciously, like sorry at your face. You get like small, like they're trying to get out, biting your hand as you're holding it down.
What is this? It looks like a Seder farmer's lunchbox.
What are you doing with these things?
None of your concern, Eros.
I take one and start eating it.
Oh, it's very difficult to take a hold of it. They are strangely like strong, but you do get one, and you don't know this, but there's something there.
What do you mean something there?
Something like a flicker, a glimmer, like if there was an ocean, and this would just be one drop of the ocean.
Alright, so I start eating it. Like, that's my plan, to eat it, see what happens. I'm a Mihangi, I eat things and see what happens.
Yeah, but this is what you feel, like one drop of an ocean. But even if you have that one drop of an ocean, you know there is an ocean.
I just start eating. I'm watching the ogre, so I just start eating. And I'm
You can see her like,
I'm putting the cart between me and her. I want to make sure that's clear. I'm just like looking at her as I start eating these
Yeah.
very carefully.
And I've been staying in the cover of the cart the whole time. But when the nymph came out, I was looking in wonder, and though she stepped back, and I'm still just sort of watching him eat, seeing if he keels over dead. And was I able to steal a singular
Yeah.
pot?
yeah,
Okay.
there's like
So
small.
I keep that secret. If that needs to come up later, then I'll bring it out. But
Yeah.
just watching, very confused. But obviously, this Mi Han Gi is I don't know why I'm hanging out with him. He's obviously insane.
Yeah. So what do I feel with the eating of the next one, and how do they taste?
They taste like, oh, well, to you they taste perhaps better than your taste bud would give you hooks about. It always almost tastes like you have like a surge of taste as it goes down your gullet, but it's very like the charred bits of bread you have on the toaster, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not very pleasant, but then when you get that like surge of like, well, yeah, let's just say pleasure, you can just, it always, in your mind, it like goes to like a taste sensation, but it's really not. But it's because you're associated with that.
All right. As I'm watching her, how's she reacting to me just eating these things?
You can just see her. She's like she's frowning, but she's not doing anything. She's just looking.
What are these?
She's confused, and
What are these?
they are insects.
I'm aware of that. That's not what my question entailed. Do not be coy with me.
They eat the crops.
Why do you have them in pots?
We cannot kill them.
Why?
She like pulls her shoulders a bit and looking at you. And she looks like she's waiting for something, just looking at you. She's waiting a long time. She's like looking at your. You can see her like attention is on your throat, just looking at you.
What are you waiting for? Them to explode from my throat?
Perhaps.
I've already eaten them. There's no need to be coy. If that will happen, it will happen. And I just start eating another one in front of her. But I tell you, there is a new day. It is mine. Not the day of grasshoppers or some foolish superstition like that. I am flesh made bound pleasure. My name is one you will know. And I just want to say that I look back towards the nymph. You do not like these things then. They are not good to you.
No, they are not good to any of us.
They are.
And she's just waiting for you, like looking, and then she's like, and you can see two of the others are speaking in this strange, dry speech, like, jeg ved virkelig ikke, hvad der sker lige nu. Hvorfor springer han ud? Hvorfor er han ikke død endnu? Det var da utroligt underligt. Det ved jeg ikke. You know, det sker. Og så, vi kan se hende, she's like looking over them. Well,
I will strike bargain with you. You will tell me what you really know of these, and I will help. I point at the nymph.
You will what?
I will help her when you tell me what you know of these.
These are made of the trolls.
Mm.
They're here to tax the followers of Velek and his wife.
And his wife. And I point at the nymph.
No. Like looking at you like, no. God, I like.
I don't even know who Valex is. I'm like, the fuck is this jabroni? You know.
Back and look at you like, all like,
This guy's playing the nipple.
Kulicky Candy. I can't say that name. Quilly Callian.
Billy Killian.
Quilly Callian. Sorry. It's like looking at you.
I just look at him like they're just spouting gibberish at me when they say that. Like it's very clear it's not register. Like, oh, fuck that is.
I mean, you just look like just shaking your head like.
But I'm thinking.
Well, would you leave now? These are made by the trolls. They eat the crops. They come in big swarms. If it rains, they will all fall down to the ground, and it's easy to pick them up.
I have a question for you, Mia. I have eaten a few of these, and a whole jar of them flew off. Does the amount, does the aura that I sense, does it seem diminished by this?
Very slightly, yes.
All right, I'm going to take it that these are the right things. I am taking these. These are mine. I say regarding the insects.
Like looking at you.
I'm like came in and threatened to murder all of them, and then I'm going to resolve our issue by stealing their insects that they clearly don't want.
Like, I can abide by this. Arrows.
There's a lot of them there, right?
Oh yeah. There's like a whole.
You will give me one of the humans to transport this to my storing place.
No, I will not do this. You will take your insect, and
I need the cart. You will have to retrieve it then.
Like looking at you like.
I have no interest in your human. What do I want him for? I'm going to use these. Look at her crazy what I care about a human for. Humans are very poor quality meats. You should know that. I look at the ogress like, duh.
She just look at you with like a hard stare, but.
I now suppose that aid in restoring the removing the bewitchment, the hex laid upon your I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, but the nymph there. These grasshoppers are very good.
Yeah, like looking at you.
It is only fair that I give you repayment. I am not cruel. Always, at least. Yes or no? You clearly are unable to help her with your god. What is his name? Lex. I can't remember.
Like you just see just irritation and just but.
Yeah, I clearly don't.
Can your kids soon drive the car?
As you wish, but I'm sure you will not receive a better offer than mine. Well, I have
No. I want you to help her. I do.
Then you will have to provide me with a lot of information. All I know.
Which kind of information?
All you have told me is she has a demon living in her throat. But I suppose you don't want me to rid it to the old fashion.
It happened after a ritual.
I don't know. Explain. What do you mean ritual?
Like she was calling for rain on the day of Quillicarion.
I kind of look up to the sky. Like, is it like a clear day?
Yeah, it's a clear day. There's like small doves flying around.
Calling for rain. All right, fine.
And the rain started. And days after the rain was still going, she woke up like this.
What does that have to do with calling the rain if you say it happened days later?
It's the only thing that changed. She just learned the ritual from her father.
From her father? Who's her father?
You do not know her father? Like, oh well, of course he doesn't know. Well, the avatar of the god, Vilek.
The what now?
Thank Godi. Thank Godi is his name.
Thank
You don't know what an avatar is? What kind of savage are you? I mean,
I just look at her like, I don't know.
it's like,
His name is Avatar.
can you help me or not? Can you help me?
Her name, yes, of course. Her name, this Avatar's name is his name is Avatar Thank Godi, and he's the father of this nymph, you say?
Yes.
Avatar Thank Godi. And where does he live? I start looking around.
Oh, he don't reside here anymore. He left.
Well, so he's not the witch.
No!
You're confusing me now. Well, who? Why do you think she's been witched?
Started gathering the insects made by the trolls. And then it happened.
She was behind gathering these insects here.
Yes!
They are delicious, by the way. Don't know why you haven't eaten them.
He's like looking at you like... you should have seen the ones that tried.
That tried to eat them?
Why do you think we only have one ogre left here?
I didn't know there were more. I didn't know ogres ate whatever that is. I point at one of the pumpkins, realizing it's food, but not. I mean, that's not something that I mean, that's really more of a farmer deal than an outdoorsman. I just point at it. Whatever that is. I don't know. What is it? Point at the pumpkin. I get showing. I see absolutely nothing.
It's like he's just looking at you like with.
Still, talking about witchcraft here, we have Eros and I have the ability to bend the ears of the orcs. We could find out more from them. They may know a thing or two. If your two factions have not been able to speak to each other, we are skilled go-betweens. I think you will find us to get to the root of this problem, and we'll yank it out by the root, never to grow again.
We're very good at finding roots.
Mm.
And
what's your name?
He will eat roots.
What?
I say, I'm very good at finding roots, and Quiro will actually eat them.
Oh, only if I must. Only if I must. Turnips ain't that bad.
So you're telling me that I should trust a wandering vampire and a... Yeah.
What? I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, you are!
How dare you?
That's what you are!
Mihangi.
Yeah!
Vampire.
You eat...
They are abominations. They would slay a vampire would here.
No, you...
How dare you?
You drink blood! That's what they do!
What blood have you seen me drink?
I've not seen you drink blood, but you're not the only Mihangi here, are you? Vampire!
Mihangi? Look upon me. What, that pedestrian black-haired one? Ah, you must be kidding. You think we are the same thing. Look at me. Look at me! Ah, it's folly for you to make such assumptions. Oh. Well, you are only an ogress after all. Much can't be expected from you, I suppose. So, because she caught these locusts, you believe she has been bewitched by a troll. And I'm looking at her like, this is completely retarded. Like, what she's telling me, it's just like, it's just like a normal person hearing about Scientology or something. Like, are you kidding me? So that's how I'm looking at her.
It's like you have like a look of like obviously like
Oh yes, of course. Yes, it was clearly these locusts here. They all. I tell you what,
whoever made these.
made the locusts.
Yeah, the trolls.
Yes, the troll made the locusts. I see.
Yes.
And then troll came here.
To
The
make
orc,
people hungry.
the orc god troll, who is a bunch of bodies.
No, it's not a god.
Um,
No, these first cripplings made by time itself.
I just look at it, like it's very clear he's completely fucking lost me. He said the Thraxu earlier, but never really explained that to me. So those points do not come together. I'm like, well, all right then. You have a nice day. It was my pleasure to meet you. I bow to the nymph. And I will see about this. Thank you for allowing me to take these locusts, and if you find more of them, I should be happy to take them from you. As you see, they do not fly out of my throat. Do we have a deal?
Yes.
Very good. You can deliver them to me. I will take your cart, and I will send it back to you. I will give you these clay pots back once I have removed the locust from them. Also, your wax is very poor quality. I just wanted to point that out for you.
He's like looking at you, like with a raised eyebrow. Yeah.
Does she look just completely like bewildered and lost how to take me?
Yeah, she's angry, and just she's angry, bewildered, but she's not violent. She's just like I can see this like I see usefulness, but I am like bewildered.
The one clay pot that I've eaten all the locust out of, as I finish the rest of them, I take that and very carefully I show it to her, like, here, stupid ogress, I would have put this on the ground. I just show it to her, like way longer than I need to. And then I place it on the ground, and I say, Quiro, you will drive the cart. It's unbecoming for me to be sullied in such a fashion.
I see. If they do not find this cart again on the morrow, then I'm sure Hibben has stolen it, and
you take it back to them. He will bring that, Ogress. He will bring this back to you. I wished you to send your human with me to have your own assurance as your cart would return. I am not a thief and have no desire to steal your cart. Nor better you, Quero.
I'm just saying that a Hibben probably will.
You know Hibben.
They love carts.
Be a Hibben.
If this one is misplaced, I cannot be responsible for it.
You will be.
Continue. We will
What is
continue
your
on.
name, Kitsune?
Yes, and you too, as I act as if I misheard the question. And
oh god.
yes, I hit the reins and
You can just see her just standing there, just and then looking back at the like the nymph, like.
All right. I'm gonna have to go in a second. So once we get back, just to give you my ideas, I'm gonna take all my stolen loot of grasshoppers and waxpots, and contain them.
You still have a trumpet of in copper. But it's just.
Oh, that we stole from them?
No, which you stole from like the satyrs. When you ate them.
Yeah. Well, we should have a bunch of copper.
No, you have like a horn of copper.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't plan to give them that. I'm not going to give them anything. I don't.
No.
They're sitting there wondering if brigands attacked them or just utterly insane people, like marauder brigands.
Oh well, well, I think it's too late for nothing but Solidocrates, but
Yeah, I'll give you soliloquy, and you can wrap up with them. Take your time with them. I mean, I'm just going to jump off, and because I got to be moving along, you understand? Because I got some work in the morning. But as we enter back into the home of Quiro, the Root Eater, I carefully take out my clay pots wrapped in poor quality wax to my liking, and stack all of them into the corner. I will continue to eat these. As now I'm probably completely stuffed, but as the days allow, I will slowly eat them, gaining their very power. And I think to myself of that splash, that drop in the ocean, that call such a large cluster of them brought to me, their divinity. Something is truly strong in this god they call Troll, that lives in many bodies that they also call Troll, and is very confusing to me. But I don't care about that. I care about the essence which I am able to take from these grasshoppers, as I distill the essence from all that pleases me. They too please me, but I distill their essence for other purposes. I think to myself too of the nymph and her glorious, spectacular beauty, and how my poor consorts of late have well paled in her beauty, and I think to myself that I must harvest her as well. But my thoughts move to my growing strength and power of character as the shadow slides slightly behind me there in the storage shed that Quiro calls his home. I think this is most unbecoming for me. I should perhaps have a palace grander than the king's. Yes, most definitely. And a store that is larger than all that would come around me. I think of these things. I indulge fantasy as that pleasure mingles in my mind, as I fall off into the trance, as I hear the buzzing of my captive troll piece, as I relish in the power that I take from it. I shiver in anticipation of what shall come as days pass, as my strength and name and legend grows. Yes, I am quite liking this flame dance, but I shall come to like it more, as it gives me the nutrition that I require. Pharaoh was providing useful as a manservant. I have decided I shall not eat him unless I become hungry, and then I shall eat him, for he has good meat in him. For all the roots he eats have clearly given him a good smell. But before him, perhaps we shall make sure there are no Hibben to steal carts. All Hibben must be devoured.
Once more into the fray. I have questions, and none have answers, or yet they do. But they are not free. Nothing is free in this world, all except for the kindness of strangers. The Typhon wants something done in return. Unfamiliar to me. I know this all too well. I scratch my back and I scratch yours, Typhon. And then you'll tell me what I need to know. I'll find out who those Duxette were working for. Perhaps it was an individual. A group. It matters not. They'll taste my raw fury soon enough. However, a fury and vengeance I have upon my mind. I am also now bewildered and bewitched by these strange sounds in my mind. Haunting voices calling out from a beyond that I know nothing of. Is it the gods? Or is it something worse? I do not know. Perhaps I have upset some ancient creature, some nightmarish thing beyond which is to seek me out. All is welcome to do so. Arkova shies away from no challenge. Be it some horrible thing of a nightmare, I will smash it with fist and hand. They shall fall before me. I am Arkova, and that is Mountain's voice. When you shall hear it, you'll either be in joy and jubilation, as it may be for song and dance, but if you make me mad, you will feel the avalanche, as I will come upon you as such, a stone and fury upon you. It seems this town has a lot of things to offer me. People need help, and I do odd jobs here and there. Most importantly, though, they seem to really enjoy my music. What I create. Very few think ogres have anything else. Other than rage and moving heavy objects, no. No, ogres are capable of far more. I am an artist, and I paint my soul on the tunes that I string with my fingers. These delicate hands that I can also crush with, they are used to make such beautiful sounds. As they titillate the soul, the mind, it is something that I create. It's the only thing that can drive my mind away from the raging thoughts I have of that horrible night. It's the only thing I can think of. And it is the music, the art, that keeps it at bay. And I can feel myself, at least for a time being, experiencing peace. If only a brief respite, before the old hunger takes over and the flames burn once more. Yes. There will be much, and I still have a long way to go. And Arkova, the camera zooms back in, him and Apatax in that room as he stares outwards into that darkness, and then back at the Apatax as he works. And the camera fades to black.
Well, shit. I suppose my Mihangi compatriot is insane. I was hoping this was not the case, but he has acted in a manner most unusual for his heritage and for his previous actions. Unless it is like what I have felt, that call that only the Fae can understand. Must be a pull from the dream world that leads us to the right path, the right place. I've heard tales of the rabbit ones, the Duxit. They will smoke hashish to copious degrees, and those who do not simply pass out will see visions. And in their fog, they'll see a face. And some of them know this is the face of someone they must kill. I remember when I first heard this story as a boy, I was told to fear the Duxit, for they will creep out of your closet at night and kill you. I realized that was just trying to get me to sleep and to shut up at night. It did neither. Now, my first thought was, how can we trust these visions to put the life of a person on something that you see when you're filled with the drugs and the smoke? But now I understand that if we simply open our eyes, the dream will speak to you, time will speak to you, the over soul will speak to you. There are so many voices out there. So many voices. Each of them attempting to tell us the truth. And for every one truth, there are 12 lies out there trying to steer us wrong. You need to be able to separate one from another. For all woe and tragedy in the world comes from when someone does not realize the truth, and they fail, and they feel the pain of their lives being torn asunder, and they will tear apart the lives of others in their rage and their sorrow. This is why I am a seeker of truth. This is why I only hear the voices that tell me the right direction to go. I will not be pulled under the muck and the mire by false words. I only understand the truth and I only hear the truth. Yes, the truth is part of me. And perhaps now, for the first time in his life, Eros hears it. Yes, maybe the voices now speak to him, and he understands, and he can pull away the veil and see the world for what it really is. If that's so, I'll simply need to take him by the hand and lead him. He will be my student, and I will be the master. And we will usher in a new tomorrow. Usher in a new world. That's what he wants to do, is it not? Set up a monument to pleasure. And that's good, because we'll need pleasure seekers. And they'll flood in, and they'll all wish to see the great monument, the return of Kikilia. Yes, they'll come in from all over the world. They'll hear the call, just as we have. Kikilia calls, and you must answer.
And as Arkova's vision goes black, perspective changes, puffs of thick smoke exhaling out from his mouth, an orcish hand brushing up against his shoulder. Relax. Let me see what I could do for you. Breathe in. Feel your heartbeat. Relax. Slowly, Apatax moves around him to behind Arkova. Arkova's sitting, laying down, pillows and whatnot. My hands go on his shoulder. My eyes close. Then they open. The silvery glow about them. These farmhands. Look how, if we rewind a bit, these farmhands, look how weak their skin is. They are foolhardy. Know not I the arts of agriculture. If I were trained in such, I would be needed to show them how to properly handle these tools. Oh, look at this one now. How can you possibly cut yourself there? That is unfortunate. Or perhaps, as I look at that scarecrow, those fields, that distant temple. Is that what you are doing there? Teaching them your ways that you made, is it? I could see the mess that you do these children? Clean them, wound them, uh, get my copper, give it to that strange haven. I can't quite understand this. Adherence to copper, use it to build, I guess. Is strong. Is light. Yes, maybe there is some use to this, after all. Yes. The seeds. No. I'll give them to my mentor. He'll know what to do with them. If you will not take them, I'll give them to a matron. She will know. I am no farmer. I am no herdsman. But I do know what I am. Every time I look into that mirror, I see my face. I speak your holy words. Your sorrow does not go silent in my heart. I have read your words. I study them. The stories, the history. It is sad. The Holdray have lost. And they call so far away the other side. That is why I must care for you now, Arkova. Something is in you. It is weak. Perhaps a demon. Or perhaps something else calls from beyond. I loom down, my eyes at Arkova as he lazily smoking on that good herb.
Well, thank you for watching. Bye.
So